This is Morning Juice. Sports, insight, and great storytelling. Starring Bobby Carpenter and Jeff Tito Thitoff. It's time to attack and dominate.
Attack and dominate on this Tuesday. It's Tito, it's Bobby, it's Bodie. Bobby, how are you today, my friend?
Doing well, sir. Doing well. How are you doing today?
Doing all right. I got way too much sleep last night.
That's never an accurate situation.
Yeah. Bodie, good morning. How are you, my friend?
I didn't get enough sleep last night, Tito, but that's all right. I'm doing great.
We averaged out enough sleep, I believe, though. How about that?
That's fair.
Big show lined up for you today. It's a Schlegs day. Morning Juice sponsored by Riverside Bank and Delta. Schlegs 7 o'clock. Just figure that away. 2 full hours here on YouTube, the Fan app, HD3, Facebook, Twitter, where the hell else. Download the show anytime. Catch us from 10 a.m. to noon on 10 TV Plus. Did I cover everything there, Bodie? I think I got it all right.
I think so, yep. Right. Sounds about right.
Ohio State men, tough loss last night. We'll hear from Jake Diebler on a pre-recorded line next. They fell to Nebraska last night, a very close game. Jackets play San Jose tonight at 10. Cavs Pacers at 7. Number 19 OSU women are at Illinois on Wednesday. Lots of coaching changes or firings yesterday, Bob, on a Black Monday for NFL coaches. As soon as we get off the air, Stefanski.
Yeah.
Didn't all three of us say he'd be back?
I know I did, yeah. So
I did. Did we say it also, Bob? Did we all?
Yeah, it seemed like he would be back, trending that way. But, hey, you know what? They're making moves up in Cleveland.
Did they make the right move, Bob? Like, how can you – I don't understand, Bob, how you can keep Andrew Berry but not Stefanski.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that. And maybe it was a function. Maybe Stefanski was ready to be done as much as anything. A lot of times they have meetings, and after the season, like a little peek behind the curtain, they talk to you, want to see, like, what your vision is, what their vision is, what are we looking to do in the next year, and, like, hey, yeah, I'm good. You know, if you want to move in another direction, that may not be the direction that I want to go. So it wouldn't surprise me that because he's one of the premier names and he's expected to be able to land another job. And I mean, he may have dealt with Cleveland and all the nonsense up there long enough.
Yeah, that's part that's interesting to me is that someone else is going to pick him up as a head coach, I would think.
He's in the short list of a lot of jobs that I've seen. So,
but Cleveland decides, you know what? It's not. It's not.
Sometimes you need another voice, just a different voice in the room, and so I get that. But I'm not saying that he was the greatest coach up there, but he's not bad. I mean, if I was Cincinnati, I would hire him right now. But who knows?
You did your Rooster show yesterday on Ole Miss there?
Yes.
I forgot to ask you, did any 6-year-old ask for an autograph?
I didn't see any 6-year-olds there. So.
Okay. All right. I was going to I wanted to test the theory that, to show again that why you're better than Reggie Jackson, because you would give the autograph.
No, I didn't see any children there. A lot of them are in school. Some are not yet, but most of the city went back to school today. Just about everyone's back, or yesterday. Everyone, I think, is back today. So.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yep. All right, Bob. Let's make me smarter.
Time to get smarter. Morning Juice presents Today in History. Here's your professor, Bobby Carpenter.
All right, Bob. Work your magic.
It is Tuesday, January 6th, the 6th day of the year. 359 days remaining in this 2026. Oh, goodness. 26. It seems like a long time. Long time ago from when I was young. This date, 1912, New Mexico is admitted as the 47th state into the United States. 1947, Pan American Airlines is the first airline to offer the, quote, around-the-world ticket. So if you want to ever circumnavigate the globe, in 1947, Pan American was helping you do that. This date, 1968, the Beatles' Magical Mystery Tour album hits #1, staying there for 8 weeks.
Penny Lane is in my ears and in my eyes.
There we go, a little Penny Lane off of that bad boy right there. Let's take 1973. Carly Simon hits #1 with You're So.
Warren Beatty.
Allegedly.
I thought she confirmed it. She never confirmed that? Maybe she didn't. I thought she did.
Maybe we've talked about this before, and I don't think she's issued a confirmation on that at this point.
All right.
I mean, maybe she did. I
I
don't
thought it was
know.
about me, but that's fine.
Well, there you go. This day, 1979, the Bee Gees' "Too Much Heaven" hits number one.
Nobody gets too much heaven, no, no. It's much harder to come by.
There you go.
Waiting in line.
I mean, I remember the Bee Gees. I thought they were all disco. That was a little slower
Oh, yeah.
ballad there for you.
They started off, but they didn't do. They were like at the forefront of disco, but they weren't always that way. They didn't start off that way.
Okay. And then this date, 1980, NHL, the Philadelphia Flyers setting a record with 35 straight games without a loss.
Through October, November, and into December, the Flyers did not lose a single game. They beat Boston on December 22nd for their 29th straight game without a defeat. A new record.
And the game is over, and the Philadelphia Flyers have broken the National Hockey League record, going 29 games without losing.
The streak ended with a loss to Minnesota on January 6th. During their incredible stretch, the Flyers went 25-0-10.
There we go. Be nice to have a 35 game non-loss streak, if you will.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that wasn't the case. This date, 1994.
Not yet.
Not yet. It'll have maybe one day.
Yeah,
maybe one day in the
never know.
future. It's always out there. I vividly remember watching the coverage of this. It was wild because there were TV cameras there. I liked Nancy Kerrigan, but this was, I understand it was serious, but bruise on the leg, but it's a long way from the heart.
She came back.
She did. She acted like they cut her
Put
leg
your
off.
gear on.
Acted like they cut her leg off,
That's
for
true,
heaven's
she did.
sake. But Nancy Kerrigan is attacked by Tanya Harding's bodyguard / boyfriend.
Really selling it.
Why?
Saying why? Because you whine too damn much.
I don't know, some hard black stick. Something really, really hard. Help me. We're gonna get you migraine here.
That is... How wild is it that happened, like, while there are cameras around?
Seemed awfully convenient, I would say. Some would say.
But seriously, like, you think about it, that's pretty wild that there were TV cameras there, and the guy still chose to do it at that point in time.
Well, let me ask you this weird question, Bob.
Yeah.
Is that the best thing that ever happened to women's figure skating?
It makes it a little more notable, maybe. I don't know.
I don't remember anybody ever really talking that much about it.
All
But-
publicity is good publicity.
That's what I like. I think that might have been the best thing that ever happened. There's your poll question today.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. I'm not sure if we're all the way there, but you know what? Why not?
It was the most watched in the Olympics figure skating thing when she went out there and competed, and Tanya couldn't get her skate tied.
Really?
You don't remember that? So, yeah, she got her. She was out there competing. Both of them were competing in the Olympics.
I knew that.
Yeah, and I think Nancy got the silver or the bronze, but Tanya went out there, started her routine, and then her skate came untied, I believe, and then she had to go. They gave her like a restart, and then it happened again, and then she's out there crying like a baby. I think that's what happened.
A lot of tears.
Maybe it was the U.S. National. One of those two that
A
happened.
lot
Yeah.
of tears in there.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
Well, unfortunately, it's the right word. It's
It's
Entertaining.
entertaining. There we go.
there you go. Watching grown women cry on the ice while they're figure skating
Yeah, but
for
it's
heaven's
Tanya
sake.
Harding. I know.
She's not exactly a lovable character.
Right.
And then this day, 2021, big day for our guy AJ Hawk, the Washington D.C. insurrection. Some birthdays today. This day, born on this day, 1412, Joan of Arc, turning 89 today. It's remarkable they have the same birthday. Former Notre Dame head coach, Mr. Lou Holtz.
It's great for me to be back here at the Holy Land. There's no place like Notre Dame. And it's great for me to be back, take it from somebody that has been away for many years, but my heart will always be at Notre Dame. I just, they would always be. I don't know if many of you realize it, but I will be buried, my wife and I, right on the Notre Dame campus. We decided to be here because the alumni buried me every Saturday, so it's only appropriate. That's how much we love this place and think of it. Now, we're going to play Michigan, and let me tell you something. When you meet somebody that said, I went to the University of Michigan, interpretation, they couldn't get into Notre Dame. Make no mistake about it.
That sounds like Donald Trump imitating Lou Holtz. I think if Trump was going to imitate Holtz's voice, that's how he'd do it.
Well, then he'd be doing a very good job because that actually was Lou Holtz.
I know. I'm saying that's what it sounded like to me, though.
That's very, very interesting there. Born on this date, 1953, one of the frontmen for a long time with AC/DC, Mr. Malcolm Young.
Known as Angus's younger brother. That's all he really was. He's the other guy.
Oh, come on. Listen, man. They were the two guys that founded it.
I know. Angus, though, is the one that everyone knows. With his schoolboy outfit and out there doing his head bob and stuff. Yeah, but say Malcolm, though. I couldn't pick Malcolm out of a lineup.
He looks like his brother. Look fairly similar.
It's part of AC/DC.
Yeah, that's the one.
Turning 75 today, still with us, Kim Wilson. Other birthdays today, Mr. Howie Long, the All-American flat top, turning 66.
How about you, big guy? You got something you want to say? We don't want to hog their time.
I told him this is a guy who I've seen work so hard. He's always done it the right way. He's always been a great teammate, a great brother, a great son, a great father, a great husband. If anyone deserved the opportunity and to win a championship, it's this guy. I love him to death, and I'm so thrilled for him.
Give it up, Howie. Go ahead.
On TV.
Let it go.
All your street cred is gone. It's gone. My street cred left years ago.
That was after the 2016 Super Bowl, I think it was, when the Patriots beat the Falcons, and his son, Chris Long, won a Super Bowl. I think it said they were just the fourth father-son duo to each win a Super Bowl.
Other ones would have done it.
I have no idea, to be honest with you.
Was he with Buccaneers? Was he with the Buccaneers?
No,
they won it?
I don't think he was there when they won the Super Bowl. Wouldn't be Sims. No, I don't think Matthews. Because Clay never
won one famously.
Yeah, that's very interesting. None of that wouldn't be the Mannings.
No. We got the list there, Bo.
I don't know if I can trust AI. Let me try to. Bruce Davis and Bruce Davis II.
Sure.
Steve and Zach Diossi.
Oh, Diossi, yes, because they both won them with the Giants.
Bob and Brian Greasy.
That's
okay.
Yeah,
Brian
would have been. It's a great question.
See, I'll tell you. Brian
was
says
with Denver.
One with Denver in '99.
Okay, so he was the backup then for Elway at that point. All right.
I see 6 on this list, Bodie.
Yeah, I know.
Emery and Aaron Moorhead.
I said 4. Maybe I'm at 6.
Craig, Britton, and Dustin Colquitt.
Oh, yeah, the Colquitts.
3 of them.
Yes.
All punters?
Yes.
Okay.
I believe so.
All right.
Because Britton was with the Chiefs?
Dustin was with the Chiefs.
Dustin was the Chiefs.
Britton Broncos and
yes.
Craig with the Steelers a couple years there.
There we go.
Huh.
Anyone else?
I see that's a 6 father-son combinations I see.
There we go. It's big birthday day. Legendary Cowboy Ring of Honor inductee himself, NFL Hall of Famer, Mr. Charles Haley, turning 62.
Psycho problems. He's crazy. Charles is crazy for real, you know?
The nastiest man I've ever seen in my life.
Hey, y'all got some money for pornography?
When he showed up on that field, I've never seen a warrior more fierce, more committed to winning, wanting to lay it out there every down than this guy, Charles Haley.
Charles Haley, a demon both on the field and off it, was the final piece in the Cowboys championship puzzle.
We couldn't spell Super Bowl in Dallas until we got Charles Haley from the 49ers. He was the key piece to the puzzle.
I like the playmaker saying Charles was crazy for real.
Yeah.
Like I was crazy.
Yeah.
But Charles Haley was crazy for real.
Did you ever meet him, Bob?
Charles, yeah.
Did you?
He was around a lot. Yeah, really good guy. Crazy for real, but good dude. Some other birthdays turning 42 today. Lombardi winner, Super Bowl champ, all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers, Mr. Aaron James Hawk.
Empty the backfield. They're going to throw for it. Sacked at the 14-yard line by number 47, A.J. Hawk. Here, make a contest out of it. Here comes A.J. closing in on him. Got him. A.J. Hawk has just sacked his future brother-in-law.
Snap to Henning. Hands Mike Hart. He moves forward. A.J. Hawk drills him at the 2. Junior linebacker A.J. Hawk clipped him at the shoulder pads and put Mike Hart down.
Might have been about as hard as Mike Hart has been hit.
That's
all
about
game.
how he's saying his name.
That's amazing. I love that he throws in future brother-in-law. I don't believe that they were engaged at that point in time.
Oh, really?
Well, Brent knew.
Yeah.
Listen, Brent
was always one for love. You know, remember that one time he
right.
fell in love with
what's
AJ
her
McCarron's girlfriend on live television.
Well, he predicted that. They're married as well.
He nailed it. Yeah, he knew what he
As
was
far as
talking about.
he got the prediction right.
Yeah.
Okay. The way you phrased it sounded a little different, but go ahead.
No, he got a good future on it.
He nailed it. That's what I'm saying, buddy. I want to make sure we're not reporting fake news today.
No fake news at all right there. Ironically, sharing the same exact birthday is the son of President Donald Trump, Mr. Eric Trump, him and AJ, both turning 42 today. AJ likes to go, he said, usually, and puts a tent up out on the mall at the Washington. Yeah, they drive a Winnebago out there, and camp on out. Gets excited for the 6th. Then turning 32 today, one of the most entertaining quarterbacks in the history of sports. Yes, college, NFL, whatever. Mr. Jameis Winston.
I want everybody to look at me. I'm going to pass it to corn after I say one thing. That's a W. Let's eat one. That's a W. How many people want to eat a W tonight? How many eat a W tonight?
I said, guys, this is ours, man. This is all the adversity we went through. The first few quarters, it was ours to take. And like I was just saying, we control our own destiny. And those men looked me in my eye and they said, we got this, Jameis. And I said, are you strong? They said, I'm strong if you strong. And I said, we strong then.
Forming a W out of your fingers and then chewing on your fingers before the game was probably, I don't know. Herb Brooks is probably 1, but that's probably number 2, I'd say.
Oh, it's pretty good. I mean, the conversation that was had right there, good for him. Some passings today. Singer Lou Rawls passing away on this date, 2006. And then also former president of the United States passing away in 1919. The Rough Rider himself, Mr. Teddy Roosevelt. Thitoff, he was what number president?
Let's see. He was in Night at the Museum. I remember that.
That's true. It's honestly portrayed by another gentleman who's passed away.
Right.
That was his last. That was his last scene on film, if I'm not mistaken.
Really? Oh, really? I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, maybe it's the second one. I don't know, but the Night at the Museum clip, I saw that. It was on Instagram, so I knew it's true.
I'll put him at 29.
29?
I don't know.
You're warm. 26, right?
I thought he was
Teddy.
Maybe you're right.
Okay. Ha.
Well, you were still wrong, but
it doesn't matter. The look on his face.
Well, because I was looking at this, and I have a hard time reading my own writing sometimes, which is one of the more unfortunate things. I'll confirm this.
I was going backwards from Kennedy, and I remember that Roosevelt was the same one for a long time.
26.
FDR.
You're right. No.
That's not a bad guess.
You remember Roosevelt? This is Teddy.
I know. I was going backwards from Kennedy. I know Franklin spanned a long time, so I was trying to count that. No, but yeah, so 29, not that far off. Bob, that's pretty good for me.
That's not bad. Yeah, 26. I was thinking it was 20. So I was like, that's a little further off. But yeah, he was early 19th century there. Yeah. Some holidays and observances today. Oh goodness, about to sneeze.
You mean to fill time here?
National Resurrection Day.
It is. Apple Tree Day. It is Cuddle Up Day. How about that?
Oh. Speaking of a clip we could get out here.
Absolutely. National Shortbread Day. National Technology Day as well. And those your historical events, your birthdays, your passings, your holidays, observances for this date. Tuesday, January 6th, the 6th day of the year, and 359 days remaining this 2026.
Well done as always, General. Coming up next, Ohio State tough loss yesterday in basketball. We will hear from Jake Diebler next. Morning Juice.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. You don't want to start the new year off hurting. You don't want to start off the new year getting surgery. You don't want to start off the new year dealing with trying to plan something out into the future. What you want to do is get healthy. So what you want to do is go to my friends over at QC Kinetics. Dr. Tesner and his team, the medical pros at QC Kinetics right here in Columbus, they can deliver regenerative treatments that actually help your body repair the areas that are causing you pain. Those achy knees, hips, back, shoulders, whatever it is, they can help you get ready. So instead of those invasive operations, it's going to sideline you all of the early year. Go check out our friends at QC Kinetics and see if they can help you today. Imagine moving better, being stronger, planning your year, doing what actually you want to do. So don't wait. Call 380-228-4544. That's 380-228-4544. They have offices located in Dublin and Gahanna, and they're ready there for your free consultation. So go check them out today.
My mom is a veteran, and she was injured in the line of duty.
I hurt my leg in a training accident when she was only 2 years old.
She had 7 different surgeries over the span of 9 years, and there were tons of complications.
I couldn't be the mom my kids needed me to be.
She missed so much.
After my last surgery, I got an infection so bad I thought it was going to kill me.
I told her she couldn't leave me yet. There was still so much she had to see. I hadn't even graduated.
I'm doing much better now. I may have lost my leg, but I've gained so much. I'm an active part of my kids' lives.
She can kick a mean soccer ball.
DAV's been there for me and my family. Through thick and thin, they've had our back.
Every year, DAV helps more than 1 million veterans like Sandy get the health and disability benefits they've earned, so they can achieve victories great and small.
My victory is getting my life back. I got my joy back.
We got our mom back, thanks to DAV.
Support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
I always tell people I was the luckiest guy in the world. I wanted to be an Army man or a fireman, and I got to do both. As a firefighter, my job was about saving lives. I never thought one day I would be fighting for mine.
After spending his career answering the call to save others, Ken was diagnosed with ALS. Now he's facing his biggest battle, for more time. For 70 years, Muscular Dystrophy Association has been answering the call to help people live longer and more independent lives.
MDA means to me hope.
MDA is leading the way for people living with ALS, muscular dystrophy, and other neuromuscular diseases by accelerating research, advancing care, and advocating to empower families like Ken's.
I wouldn't be living as good of a life with ALS if it wasn't for MDA. MDA is helping people live stronger and love longer. Learn more at mda.org. today.
One man is a national champion, NFL veteran, and local business leader. The other man is Tito. This is Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Riverside Bank of Dublin.
Here's Bobby and Tito.
It is Morning Juice. We are sponsored by Riverside Bank of Dublin. It's Tito. It's Bobby. It's also Bodie over there. We will have Schlegs on later on. Bob, you ready to do this?
Sure, let's do it. You hear the sound, you know what day it is. It's the first one of the new year. It's the Appetizer Tuesday you've been looking for. The featured appetizer at Roosters is $3 all day long. And this one's terrific. It's fantastic. It's the one that if you love its original state, but you might be allergic to wood, this is going to bring it home for you. It's the mini corn dog. bite-sized corn dogs you can eat with a delicious mustard dipping sauce. No wood required. Just like Phil Collins with no jacket required. And they're $3 all day long at Roosters. So go check them out and stay tuned here for about an hour from now. Have a chance to win a $50 Roosters gift card to kick the new year off right.
There we go. Corn dogs. I ordered some the other day for the kids. Apparently, I should have done it a different day when it was $3. Still a great deal. But yeah, that's Artie's favorite at Roosters is getting the corn dogs.
Caleb ate a whole bunch of them yesterday. He ate the whole thing.
Artie the other day ate 2 orders of corn dogs.
Say he doesn't like to eat.
He doesn't. He doesn't like to eat good food, the healthy food.
Wow.
That's fair.
You throw a hot dog in
some cornbread.
Yeah, that's
bringing it
pretty
home,
healthy
Coach.
right there. Carbs, protein. You're good. Oh, it is National Sneeze
It is National Sneeze Day. Yes, it is. Ohio State men last night had a chance for a big-time signature win. They faced a top 10 opponent, the Nebraska Cornhuskers, over there at the Shot. Nebraska ends up winning at 72-69 in that game. Ohio State fell behind, rallied back, actually took the lead 60-58, I think, on a 3-point play by Bruce Thornton. But they could not get it done. And the thing really bothers you about this team, Bob, and it's Ohio State falls at 10-4 in the season, 2-2 in the Big Ten. They continue to get nothing out of their bench. The bench scored 0 points yesterday.
Ooh.
0. All 69 points were scored by the starters. 22 for Mobley, 16 for Thornton, 14 for Devin Royal, 9 for Bynum, and 8 for Christoph Tilly. But here
now
is
Noel's out potentially, right?
Yeah,
with the foot injury.
Yeah, the foot
so
injury.
It's like now you're
but
down.
Even the other day didn't play.
Yeah, no, I know, but it's just worse. How could things possibly get any worse?
Here's what Jake Diebler said about wanting the bench to be aggressive.
I told those guys, I want you to be aggressive. Like when I'm looking out there and I see guys not aggressive, that's when I want to sub someone else in. You know, we can't go out there and play safe. I mean, you look at kind of like our plus minus, that's important. So we need production, we need rebounding, we need points, certainly. I have great confidence that, some of these guys are going to someone's going to emerge. We're going to have a couple guys that are going to emerge and step up, and that will unlock something for us. In the meantime, if we're slow to do that, I gotta look at using some timeouts earlier to create some rest, and I think that's on me to do. And we got some high level belief in some guys, and it feels like I got more belief in them than they do right now. And they gotta step up, and they will because they're working hard. This team does not lack work. We just got to play a little more aggressive and a little more assertive earlier in the game.
22 minutes of time by the bench. 0 for 2 combined in the field.
Oh, they're not shooting then. 3
rebounds, 0 assists, 3 turnovers. Out of 22 minutes. That's not going to get it cut. That's not going to get it done for them. And it's been that theme for Ohio State, though, this year. The bench, I thought, would be now, when Bynum's coming off the bench, he produced and he helped it out, but now they got him the starting lineup, which is great. I think he's great in the starting lineup. He deserves to be out there. He had 9 points, 9 rebounds, and 1 assist and a couple of blocks on 4 of 9 shooting last night. But it's just, I thought this year the bench with the guys they brought in, I expected it to be better than this. I didn't expect them to score 0 points out of 22 minutes. The big game against Nebraska where Ohio State needed it. Here is what Jake Diebler said about this being a missed opportunity for this team.
Yeah, I mean, I talked about it after the game. This was a missed opportunity. There's no denying that. We also here's the truth. This was a missed opportunity, and we got a bunch of other opportunities coming up. That's life in the Big Ten. Okay, we have to keep getting better. Yes, there's no denying that. But we also got to take advantage of the opportunities in front of us, and we have 18 left. You look at everything is going to be a quad 1, quad 2, maybe most likely by the end of the season, right? So we got a lot of opportunities left.
The schedule's going to get really tough for Ohio State. Not that this wasn't a tough game, but now
I thought they were top 10, top 15.
Top 10, but I'm saying in the month of January, though, which is always, at least since I guess maybe the end of the fad and during the Holtman era, an awful time for Ohio State men's basketball. They go to the road to take on Oregon and Washington coming up here, host UCLA, host Minnesota, and then they play at Michigan, number 2 in the country. They also have games still remaining. You got the Virginia game coming up. They missed Michigan twice, actually, once in January, once in February. They got the Valentine's game Valentine's Day game against top 25 Virginia in Nashville. They still have Michigan State. They have Iowa. They have Purdue. I mean, they've got to get wins at home when they can, and this is one where undefeated Nebraska would have been a very significant one for them. Christoph Tilley missed a shot at the end of the game, Bob, that would have won it. Here is Diebler talking about that.
The timeout I wanted to keep in case we got in trouble because we knew they were going to foul, and we felt like we've practiced that play to prevent teams from fouling and be able, as Junie said, to kind of get him on the run so they couldn't foul. You know, I think obviously hindsight, if I had that, I wish I didn't have that timeout left. I wish I had used it to rest us a little bit earlier. I thought we got a little fatigued down the stretch. As far as the end of the game goes, you know, I think, you know, Tilley was a little rushed there. If he would have caught it and kind of squared and didn't have anything, then we obviously had it to burn and put them in a situation where the clock is less, where they're less likely to foul. Because by the time that play would have developed, if we're in a foul, so we're shooting, you know, with 5 seconds or under, right? That probability's a lot tougher.
Is it fair to say, Bob, that if they miss the NCAA tournament this year, Diebler's job's in trouble?
I would, depending on how that looks, I would say there's a possibility of that. Yeah.
Yeah, I
mean, I'm curious. Like, I think some of it is like how many teams the Big Ten get in and what they look like down the stretch. You know, how they play. Do they have a rough January like they've had in the past? You know, how do they play in the tournament? Like all Big Ten tournament. I think there's a number of factors that go into it, but I think that is definitely one of the largest factors that should be putting into, like, simply, did you get in?
Right.
So I think that's the expectation here every year, is getting in and making the tournament.
I know you love the bracketology talk in January, Bob.
Yeah.
Lenardi's latest one, this is before this game, but he had Ohio State playing in one of the play-in games.
Okay.
As one of the last 4 teams in the tournament, and he had a total of 10 teams from the Big Ten in the tournament. I got to believe there's 10 teams in, more than half the conference, and one of them's not Ohio State. That could spell doom.
That would not be good. If there's 10 teams and you're not one of those 10, now if there's like 6,
right,
that's a different story. But
and also if they have enough, you know, like last year's team did not have a record worthy of the tournament. There were some ratings that had them in there, like Ken Palm ratings. They were one of the higher ranked, if not the highest ranked team in the
Ken Palm has seemed to love Ohio State. Even going back to the Holtman era, even when they maybe weren't that good, actually. Strange enough.
Yeah, Ken Palm loves Ohio State basketball the same way that the preseason voters like Clemson and Florida State every year, it seems like. But yeah, that's my concern. I think he was a fine coach, but if it doesn't succeed, Bob, it goes back to my whole thought about almost the worst thing you can have is an interim coach come in and do well. Because I think because he did well, the win over Purdue and the way they finished out, like it made all the sense in the world to stick with Diebler.
Yeah.
And you see it sometimes with other teams, they'll have the interim coach in football. We see it all the time in football and things like that. When an interim coach comes in and does well and they gets the deal, and there's a reason why he was the interim coach.
Dabo Swinney was the interim coach.
Was he? Look how that's worked out. He sucks now. I'm just kidding. You're right.
Won 2 national titles.
Yeah, but the very end was sudden. Yeah, I know he did, but I'm saying a lot of times. I shouldn't say a lot of times. It's
you're not wrong. There's many times it doesn't work out. Probably more often than it does. I think they looked at Diebler's ability to recruit,
right,
develop, maintain talent in Ohio, the connections he has within the state. So this is his second full season, and we'll see ultimately how it goes. I mean, this is their first. Was it their first game in January?
No, they won at Rutgers. Huge win at Rutgers, which is, I'm not joking. Rutgers, I'm saying they're a great team, but getting a road win in the Big Ten in January for Ohio State is a reason to buy a cake.
I mean, this weekend, or Thursday night into Sunday, when they play Oregon and Washington, neither of those two teams are looking like tournament teams right now, but
tough road wins.
It is. Like, you kind of need to go on the road now, and now that you've dropped a game that was, I wouldn't say you should have won, but you definitely could have won. Yeah. Right. You kind of got to make up for it by beating 2 average to below average teams. But going on the road, and especially going over there to the West Coast, that hasn't been an easy thing. And you're playing, I think, what'll be your 3rd and 4th games in a 7 and 9 day stretch, or 6 and 9 day stretch, something like that. So
it's Oregon right now is 8-7 on the year, 1-3 in the Big Ten. Washington's 1-2 in the Big Ten, 9-5 on the year. Should be winnable games. Both teams are below Ohio State in the standings. Ohio State's 10-4 right now, but they've got to get to that 20-win mark. They got to find 10 more wins on the schedule.
Well, you need to be above 500 in the Big Ten.
That too. You're right. That's fair. Yeah. That's also.
You can't be sub 500 in your conference. That's That is, the Big Ten's good, but that's tough.
When you got Purdue, Iowa, Michigan State, Nebraska, unbelievably that they're still undefeated in the conference. Yeah, I'd say Illinois still up there. Yeah, Ohio State's got it. They got to finish above 500 in the Big Ten, despite the fact it's a tough conference. It gets to 20 wins, I think, to get in there. But I was hoping, or I'd hoped that the Thad Matta era was going to springboard this long term for Ohio State, and it hasn't.
I think Oral Roberts might have, unfortunately, just killed all that. Like, Holtman had momentum, and he was doing a solid job. And then ever since that Oral Roberts loss, it's
then
just
they had
really...
COVID the next year. Was it COVID the next year, or was that before it?
I think Oral Roberts was coming, was the COVID, spring of 21.
Okay.
So kind of coming out of COVID, I guess, sort of.
Could I don't know what the statute limitations are. My wife hurt her hand when Ohio State lost to Oral Roberts because she punched the wall. Could I somehow go back? Who would I sue? Would I sue Oral Roberts or Ohio State for that one, Bob?
For what, emotional distress?
Yes.
I don't know if that's how it works, possibly.
Maybe Oral Roberts for winning or Ohio State for losing. Maybe do a dual suit. Maybe we can get them both.
Why not?
I'll work on that.
Pull them both in there. Workshop that.
Right, exactly. I mean, one's got to stick, right? You would think. It'd be good publicity. It'd be content for the show.
Do you think they can make the tournament?
I think they can.
Okay, do you think they will?
I think they should.
Okay, I think Bobby's avoiding the question there.
Well, I mean, do I think that they will? I'm a fairly optimistic guy, so I think yes. A win last night would have gone a long way.
It really
to
would.
there. A top 10 win, that would have been great. But if they can find a way to get above 500, which they should be able to do, it's not going to be easy. But I mean, I think Jake is a good coach. I think that they've got everything that they need. You need some bench help. The fact that you're only taking 2 shots from your bench, like you talk about not getting any points, where you're only taking 2 shots.
Hard to
I know you're
score.
0 for 2, but my goodness, like you've got to look to be a little more aggressive. And so 22 minutes, you're getting two looks from those guys, like the bench players. Like you got to get a little more than that.
And I think they've had, I don't know, sort of a weird season so far in that basically every time, like literally every time they've played a Power 4 opponent, it's a single-digit win or loss.
Yeah.
For better or worse.
Sure it is, yeah.
Like losing by 3 to Nebraska is not like the end of the world, in a vacuum. And same thing, losing by, I think it was by 8 points to Illinois.
Right.
But you also barely beat a pretty mediocre West Virginia team. You barely beat a mediocre Notre Dame team. You did lose to a mediocre Pittsburgh team, only by a point at the buzzer.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy.
Still did, yeah.
All these games are, so it's not like they're playing like poorly. I mean, I don't think they played poorly last night per se, outside of that stretch where they fell. I think it was like 29-13, give or take. They fell down quite a bit early, but then they got themselves right back in the game, and then they were, it was back and forth all the way until they had that stretch, or not even a stretch, just a couple possessions where Mobley, I think it was Mobley, kind of airmailed a pass for a turnover. Nebraska missed a shot, and the ball just kind of ricocheted around, and it landed out to a three-point shooter, and he nailed it. And I was just like, that was kind of almost the end of it there. They kind of got themselves back into it. But
Garen thought I was bashing Jake Diebler in the chat. I don't think I was bashing him. I root for Jake Diebler. I do. I hope he does well. I really hope he's the guy.
It's also okay to say he needs to do better. Like,
the team needs to be better.
Look, man, I get it's only his second year,
right?
And we're only halfway through it. But he was also part of the coaching staff that got fired.
Yeah,
like Holtman, like he was here with Holtman.
Yep.
I know you can't put that all on him, but it wasn't like it was a total fresh start. And nowadays too, with the portal and whatnot, like it's just not a situation.
They completely revamped the whole roster.
It's not a situation where it's like, well, give them 3-4 years. Like,
right.
The expectation is to win and win now, fair or not.
Is it unreasonable, Bob, to expect Ohio State basketball to be not on the football level, but closer to the level of our expectations for football?
Yeah, I think it's for them the expectation for them to be a tournament team
every year.
Yeah, I mean, essentially puts you in like a top 30 program-ish. Trying to think of like the football equivalent of what you would expect them to be, like on a consistent level. Oh, I don't know. I mean, somewhere like a second-tier Big Ten, level team. It's like a 2 to 3 team. I mean, there's so many teams in the conference.
Trying to think which team would be in that we're talking about. Illinois, maybe?
Illinois, or what like Nebraska expects themselves to be. I mean,
right.
You should be the equivalent of like an 8 to 10 win team in football every year. No one's saying you need to go win the national championship or be like right on the cutting edge of that, but you should be a team that's getting a top six seed team for the NCAA tournament on a fairly regular basis.
I mean, they let 68 teams in. You know?
Right, I know.
And, like, look, if you make a run one year and then miss the tournament or get bounced early the following year, I don't think that's the end of the world. You know? Like, that happens to Duke and North Carolina as well.
Yeah.
But, I mean, how many times have they made the tournament now in the last handful of years? It's not been a lot.
No.
And I understand, like I said, I know this is only year 2 for Diebler, but he was there. And the Thad Matta years weren't that long ago.
No.
I mean, I know it's been a minute now, kind of, but this wasn't like, well, back in the 70s, the men's basketball program was really strong, but they've never quite captured that magic sense. Like, Thad Matta was just there 15, 20 years ago, and it's not like he was sneaking into the tournament. They were, okay, are they going to make, you know, it was like a bare minimum, like Sweet 16 and maybe Final Four. Like,
top 3 or 4 seed usually. You know,
he was winning the Big Ten tournament or regular season championship
that would go
on a
way
very regular basis.
Yeah.
The one thing that is interesting, though, is with the way college athletics is set up in this landscape.
Yeah, it's changed a lot.
It has changed a lot. You talk about the portal. Well, I mean, a lot of it's dollars. So it's getting the right players here. And what do you have to spend on them, and what is the level of investment with that, and how are you balancing that versus dollars to other sports? And like, that's the one thing I'm curious that I'm going to have to do some more research on to see what that ultimately looks like. Because, I mean, you're just not going to have the backing with basketball that you have with football here.
Yeah.
And to the degree you can get those large athletic dollars being backed in for NIL, like there's some degree of skepticism on that. So I'm curious to see how they're going to manage that moving forward.
Do you think Ohio State actively reaches out to former Buckeyes in the NBA who've made a great deal of money and tried to get them to donate, Bob? Does that
how many of those guys are there?
Well, there's Michael Redd.
Okay,
there's
that's
Mike,
one.
There's Mike Conley.
It's 2.
You've got Cade Bates-Diop hasn't made a lot, but he's in there, though.
Russell's made a lot of money.
D'Angelo Russell's made a lot.
That would be a 3rd.
Right. Well, I'm saying, like, do you think they reached out?
It's not Kentucky, but
yeah, I mean, do you think
Mike Conley?
Mike Conley's made a lot. Michael Redd made a lot given the time he was playing in. Russell's made a good chunk, like relative to NBA dollars. But I mean, how much do you think D'Angelo Russell's made?
D'Angelo Russell, I bet D'Angelo Russell's made. I bet if you look at his current contract, also, like, because he has guaranteed money on that, I bet he is around $70 million.
I was going to say, I bet he's pushing 100 at this point.
Ooh.
I mean, even like the role players nowadays make 15, 20 million.
Can't be right.
No, I bet it is, Bob.
I bet it is, Bob. What are you showing?
Hold on, let me pull this up. Let me see.
Current? Because it'll show on Basketball Reference. Yeah, it'll show the current.
I'm pulling up his Sport Track deal because I think they're usually one of the most accurate here. Okay.
Because, I mean, he's been in the league for a decade now. And he's constantly gotten pretty big deals. He's had a weird career because I wouldn't say he's, like, lived up to the hype. But he's kind of a guy that the next team always buys into.
Yeah,
it's like, we'll bring him in and we'll figure it out. And nowadays, like, guys will get 1 year, $18 million.
Yeah, he's not on that right now. I mean, he's getting, like $7 million. He had a 2-year, $11 million deal with the Mavs, is what he signed.
Okay.
Right now, but
before that,
his career earnings it is listed as $180 million.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, we weren't even close.
Yeah, I mean, there was a year like 2021, he made 30. 2022, he made 30. Yeah, he made 20 and 23. My gosh, man!
Evan Turner made $98 million.
I was going to say he signed a huge deal with Portland.
Do you know what Mike Conley's earnings will be after this season?
Oh, his is like 300.
It's 296.
Yeah, I was just saying, it's over.
It's a huge,
it's a good living if you can make it.
Do they reach out to those guys? I'm sure they talk to them, but like they're young guys. Like young people don't donate like that because they still have a lot of life to live and they've got to utilize that money to continue to grow it and other things. So like to think that those guys would be writing multi-million-dollar checks a year, I would say is disingenuous.
Yeah, I think
there's a difference between being worth $300 million and making.
I got $300 million. Totally, I get it. I just didn't know, Bob, if that was
I don't know
status quo, like probably for them to do something like that. Maybe they already do. Maybe these guys have given money. I have no idea. I just didn't know if that was something you think that they probably do.
They looked at? Yeah, I'm sure they have looked at it. to see what they can get out of those guys. Now, like you said, have they done that? I don't know. Like,
you got Jim Jackson and Clark Kellogg, who both make significant money in media, I got to believe. I mean, Jim with ESPN.
You don't make Jim works for Fox.
Fox, okay, yeah.
Maybe he works at CBS now. He was at Fox. Clark's at CBS.
I think you're probably right about Fox.
Those guys, people in the media do not make as much. I was having a conversation with someone about this the other day. I don't know how much they make, but I haven't asked, but it's probably not as much as you would imagine.
So, well, Clark, though, I bet Clark makes a good living. Pretty good living there.
That. I said making a good living,
right,
and having the ability to go stroke a check for $3 million every year. Like, that's the thing. It's the NIL isn't just a one-time deal. It's an every year proposition. That's the problem.
And I would think, like, without putting too much deep thought into it, I think most people would be like, yeah, Ohio State men's basketball should have top 25 NIL. That seems reasonable, right?
I would think so, yeah.
But I don't think anybody 3 years ago would have been like, you know what? You know who's going to have some of the best NIL?
Right.
Indiana football.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
So I don't know. Like, all it takes is some of these lesser programs. I wouldn't have guessed Nebraska was going to be top 10. Like,
right.
You know, at least this year. I don't know if that's going to be a regular basis or not. But, I mean, they've never even won a tournament game before. And now they're kind of in a situation, hell, maybe they should pour more into basketball instead of football. But, you know, like, all it takes is some of these, I'll say smaller, kind of air quotes. I know Nebraska's in the Big Ten and whatnot, but some of the quote-unquote lesser programs to be like, oh, we can be good at basketball. Let's go a little all in on this. And obviously, like Bob said a few minutes ago, for better or worse, I think most people probably say better, Ohio State's obviously going to be football-driven when it comes to that stuff much more before basketball.
You mentioned that you said a multi-year thing there, Bob. And I'm just curious. I want to make sure I understand this properly. But it's so, like, if they went to Mike Conley, they would ask Mike Conley, we need a 3 or 4 year commitment. They could just,
I'm not saying that. I'm saying that you have to come up with that money every year.
Gotcha. Okay, that's what I'm saying. Like if Conley just all of a sudden said, you know what, I want Ohio State to be really good next year and get involved in the transport more, I'm going to give them $2 million to go out and get a player.
That's fine.
A couple of players.
And then those players have to get paid again the next year.
Well, or they go pro because they're after their 1 year. I'm saying, but that's good.
Do you ever think like we're just going to hit a point where it's like this just is unsustainable?
Oh, that threshold is getting close to being reached.
Because it's just even the richest schools with the biggest alumni bases,
right?
People get
like I would just think hit a point where it's like, how much long? Like if Indiana wins the national championship,
right?
Do they hit a point where it's like, okay, we won one,
yeah, we're good,
mission accomplished.
Right, we're
like
good.
I just I don't know, and that's.
I mean, that happened with Georgia. I know that. I mean, they won 2 in a row, and like there was a element of donor fatigue that occurred down there where it's like, all right, I mean, we'll be good. It's not like we're going to be bad, but stroking the extra $10 million as opposed to whatever, and throwing out numbers on that, it gets heavy.
Coming next, we'll do some quick hitters. Morning Juice.
Around the world, Children International and friends like you are giving children in poverty a chance to grow and thrive, to be healthy, to succeed in school, and achieve great things. How do we do it? In the best way possible, by helping ensure access to healthcare, nutrition, and educational opportunities. And most importantly, by empowering youths and their families to get out of poverty and into employment through life skills, computer, and job training. The very tools they need to break the cycle of poverty and build futures full of promise. Because every child deserves a chance to realize their full and best potential. Learn more about how Children International is empowering children and families by going to children.org today. That's children.org.
While serving in Vietnam, a grenade took my ability to see. Today, I'm a sculptor. Now, my fingers are my eyes. I'm Michael Naranjo. As a veteran, I know the challenges of life can be great. In my art, turning a lump of clay into something beautiful, that is worth doing. Life is like that. We each must use what we can to make things better.
DAV helps veterans like Michael get the benefits they've earned. They help more than 1 million veterans every year in life-changing ways.
Now, I show others how they can create something with their own hands. I know it can do a lot of good. With support from DAV, more veterans can shape their lives into a thing of beauty. My victory is bringing beauty into the world.
Michael Naranjo, may your victories inspire many more. Support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
We are the keepers of the wild, America's original and most invested conservationists. For more than 80 years, we've been committed to conserving wildlife and the natural landscapes that define our nation. From rugged alpine ridgelines to peaceful tall grass prairies, we've supported the conservation of more than 36 million acres of American wildlands. Our funding has led to cleaner water, fresher air, and improved wildlife habitat. From abundant fish and waterfowl populations to robust deer and elk herds, nothing is more important than maintaining wild spaces for adventurers to explore and wildlife to thrive. We are America's hunters and target shooters, stewards of the American outdoors.
America's hunters and target shooters, along with firearm, ammunition, and archery manufacturers, have invested more than $46 billion to help state fish and wildlife agencies manage and protect wildlife and wildlands across America. For more information, visit outdoorstewards.org.
Bobby is known as the General. Tito shops at Dollar General. This is Morning Juice.
Morning Juice. Got some comments in the chat, Bob. They enjoyed that last segment. I tell people, look, sometimes our best segments, like we had no discussion about that whatsoever before we did this. We were talking about Ohio State, basketball, obviously, but I didn't think we'd go down that rabbit hole, but I'm glad we did. That was very interesting talk about the money involved and what they need to do. All right, Bodie, it's your time to shine. If you haven't, you've been shining all day, but we're going to really put a spotlight on you.
Morning Juice presents Quick Hitters.
Or maybe a quick hitter.
All right, guys, happy Tuesday. We'll start here at college football. It's certainly been a bittersweet last month or so for Ole Miss. Of course, they lost their head coach Lane Kiffin to one of the rivals down there in Baton Rouge and LSU. But on the bright side, they have made their way to the college football playoff semifinal game as they're set to face Miami in a couple days on Thursday night. And on Monday yesterday, they got some potential keyword there, very good news for next year, as Trinidad Chambliss has agreed to a new deal to return to the Rebels if the NCAA approves him for a sixth season next fall. Tito, that is certainly good news for Ole Miss because it's safe to say that when Lane Kiffin went to LSU, most people probably thought he'd join them.
Sure.
Now they're going to get him back if the NCAA approves that waiver there for him to get a sixth season.
And I don't see why the NCAA wouldn't approve that because
they cave to anybody that sues them.
Anybody who
and I'm
sues
pretty sure they
can.
hired Tom Mars. And I don't know a lot about the lawyer industry, but I've heard that guy's name enough in college athletics to know that if you hire him, you're probably going to win whatever you're trying to appeal.
So I could hire him and sue the NCAA for my wife's hand.
Take a shot at it.
Why not? He'll be there. Yeah, Bob, I think he will. It's a huge get for them. The fact that if he's going to come back and do that, that's wonderful for them. They need that. And as much as Kiffin was a big part of it, so was Chambliss.
Oh, it's huge. He's been really good this year. And, this is a guy who came from Ferris State, so he's wanting to get those years back. I get it.
Yeah.
What's his NFL future look like? Well, I've heard that he's been rising up the draft boards. He's not the biggest guy in the world. And so I know that there's been some smaller quarterbacks that have been drafted and with varying degrees of success, like Kyler Murray, who has been good at points. Tua has been good at points. You look at what's his name in Carolina now.
Bryce Young.
Bryce Young. He's playing better, struggled early.
Still been a lot
more than really good. Yeah. So I'm not sure what his NFL future would ultimately look like. And so for him to come back, we talk about the dollars that are being thrown out there. It would be a nice payday for him to come back, and I'm sure he'd help that Ole Miss program.
He's 6'1", 200, according to ESPN. By the way, Bob, according to ESPN also, the attendance last night was 10,382.
I'd probably say 9,000 then.
And 9,000 is about what the lower bowl is, isn't it?
I would say it's probably close.
Yeah.
We'll continue the theme here, guys. We got a bit of a snip, snap situation going on here in the portal. As just one day after announcing his commitment to Nebraska, the poor Cornhuskers, quarterback Kenny Minchie has flipped his decision. He's now going to go to the SEC. He is going to join Will Stein there in the Kentucky Wildcats. Will Stein still the OC at Oregon for the time being, of course, until their season ends. Then he will fully take over as the head coach down there with UK. He's rated, Minchie that is rated as the 9th best quarterback in the portal per ESPN. He'll have 2 years of eligibility remaining with the Wildcats when he gets there starting this fall. Bobby, I finally broke down and bought myself one of those plasma TV screens. And also, pretty good news here. I guess for Kentucky, maybe we'll see on Minchie. Maybe more bad news for Nebraska than it is good news for Kentucky, though.
Yeah, it's a rough situation because they're still trying to replace Dylan Raiola. They thought they probably had him set up there. And this quarterback, the portal situation, I mean, finding your guy is going to be tough. And the dollars that are being thrown around there to get that quarterback they're not a small number by any stretch of what is being required. So now if you're Nebraska, like you're back at square one, like you got to go figure out a solution. If you're Will Stein, hopefully you're feeling pretty good that you got him wrapped up. But I don't know, until the ink's dry, they're on campus and playing for you. I don't know how good you feel about any of that.
Yeah, Stein's gotten some players since in the portal so far. I think it said he's got 6 transfer commitments since the portal opened. So, big get for them. And it's the quarterback thing is. I would much rather take a guy like Minchie, who's backup quarterback at Notre Dame, who looked good and everything. I'd rather take someone like him than someone like Raiola, who played for 5 high schools in 4 years or whatever, and then committed to Ohio State, committed to Georgia, then committed to Nebraska.
Oh, yeah. Has he landed anywhere yet?
I don't think so.
Okay.
He is not. I'm curious to see where he goes.
I believe he is also suing for 1 more year of high school eligibility. Thinks he can probably go back with all the different schools he went to. So we'll bag it there, Bodie. We got a big day coming. We haven't talked to him for a couple weeks, I don't think, right? Because he was in Texas, then he was in Utah. Let's bring on Schlegs. We'll do that next. Morning Juice.
You know a thing or two about the moments in life that matter. You've seized those moments to embrace joy, accomplish great things, and build meaningful relationships. Is it time now to sit back and reflect on a life well lived? Maybe. Or maybe there's more to be done. Maybe this is the most important moment you've encountered yet. By volunteering with AmeriCorps Seniors, you can seize the moment, lend a hand, and get back more than you give. We connect you to local volunteer organizations with opportunities that fit your schedule and match your interests. Through AmeriCorps Seniors, you can support people in times of need and make your community stronger. You can become a companion to your older neighbors, brightening their days with friendship. You can even become a mentor for young people, serving as a role model and enriching their lives. Are you ready to seize your moment? Visit AmeriCorps.gov/yourmoment and get started today.
Hey, Max, you look absolutely dashing in that purple tie. Ready to harness the world?
You bet, Daisy. I'm ready as I'll ever be. And might I say, your purple tie really pops with your vest.
Thanks. I almost went with a cape, but didn't want to come across as pretentious.
Nonsense. Anyone in our line of work should rock a cape.
You might be onto something, Max.
Phew, so here we go. First day on the job. You've got this, right?
Right. Don't forget, we both graduated from Dogs Inc. with honors.
Which means I can guide my human around a busy city with ease.
And I can give my human a restful night.
I hope my human is kind and loving.
And I hope mine likes wet kisses and zoomies.
Ready to make a difference?
Born ready. Let's go.
Discover how extraordinary dogs like Daisy and Max change lives at no cost to the recipients. Visit dogsinc.org.
It's been a real journey since 2014 when I first had my injury. I realized that my home was just not working for me and that it was time to ask for help. Homes for Our Troops is really giving me my life back. The shower allows me to go in and turn around with my chair, pull down storage racks, automated door systems, hours of my morning given back to me. Adaptive sports are a huge part of my life, a huge part of my healing journey as well. Homes for Our Troops helped with making sure that I had a home gym so that I can continue to train. This past year, I was able to host Thanksgiving in my home. And it was the first time I was able to have my whole family in one place and I was able to contribute to the meal. There are a lot more veterans in need, and Homes for Our Troops is going to be there to help them too.
Homes for Our Troops builds and donates specially adapted custom homes nationwide for severely injured post 9/11 veterans and enables them to rebuild their lives. Join our mission at hfotusa.org.
Proud to be your go-to sports addiction.
WBNS, WBNS FM, HD3 Columbus.
The Fan 3, Ohio's sports destination. One man is a national champion, NFL veteran, and local business leader. The other man is Tito. This is Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Riverside Bank of Dublin.
Here's Bobby and Tito.
All right, Bobby and Tito and Bodie work on getting Schlegs. We'll see about that. If we can grab him here soon. Bob, all the firings yesterday in the NFL, did any of them surprise you? The Cardinals moved on. The Raiders moved on. Stefanski's gone.
The Raiders surprised me from a standpoint of how many people they're paying right now.
Right.
And how expensive that is for them. For a franchise that historically did not have a lot of cash. Now, I know they've brought some partners on, huge equity infusions with that, but I wouldn't say like their performance wasn't good. But if you're hiring a guy like Pete Carroll to come in, paying Chip Kelly, everybody else, you know that who's their quarterback? Geno Smith this year?
The quarterback Geno Smith, yeah, they brought him in on like a 2-year deal, I think it was.
Like expecting him to be great was bad. They had a ton of injuries around him, and so and they're in a crazy tough division. I mean, hell, Kansas City isn't making the playoffs this year,
right?
And you have the Chargers and the Broncos, and the Broncos are the ones. They're the 1 seed, correct?
The Broncos are the 1 seed, correct?
Yeah. So it was a very difficult division. So it doesn't surprise me. It's just a little bit of eye raise. Surprised Mike McDaniel's still in Miami right now.
He still is as of now.
They fired their GM.
I don't know if. I don't know if McDaniel will be sticking around there or not. I know they asked. They're bringing on Aikman as a consultant.
Yeah,
just not permanent consultant, just for this part to help evaluate. I think what general managers and probably get some input on quarterbacks as well and what they want to do there. But I'm trying to think how attractive that Raiders gig is, Bob, because tough division. You also have the number 1 pick though, and so if you subscribe to the theory that Mendoza's the best quarterback that's going to be in the draft, that makes it enticing. But it is a damn tough division. You have to wonder how short of a leash will you have?
And that's the question. I think they wanted to get an adult in the room and try to get that thing straightened out, and that's why they're hoping with Pete Carroll and a veteran coaching staff. And unfortunately, that wasn't the case. So when he was fired, the Stefanski firing, I don't know. I didn't think he would be fired,
right?
But I don't know that how much longer he wanted to be there either. So that's the other piece of this. We chatted a little bit earlier about that. If they start talking to you about the plan in the future, I mean, he's been there how long now?
6 years.
6 years?
Yeah.
He doesn't. I'm not just going to go along with anything. So tell me what our plan is, and do you subscribe? Do you want to do this? I don't think he likes Shedeur as a quarterback.
Yeah.
And so if they're saying, well, now we're going to go with Shedeur, it's like, well, I don't really want to be a part of that. It's like, well, you're going to play him. Well, I'm the coach.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, it seems that way. I don't. It feels almost like, based on the fact of the way that they handled the starting quarterback situation this year. Yeah, I got the sense that Stefanski probably didn't really want Shedeur on that to be the quarterback there. The fact that he didn't get the job out of camp, the fact they had obviously a veteran in first, and then Gabriel, and Gabriel had to play his way out of that job. I think more so than Shedeur played his way into it. If that makes sense.
And he got hurt too, right?
Right. Yeah,
he got hurt. That was the
reason. Yeah, that was originally. But I mean, he could have played, I think, at the end of the season. But they ran with Shedeur still.
And if you're Stefanski and you sort of know, which I would guess he has some sort of inclination that he can go to the Giants or Titans.
Yeah.
And I know Jackson Dart, I don't know if he's definitely a franchise quarterback, but he showed some stuff this year.
Sure.
And I think Kim Ward did too. Maybe you're like, hey man, I'll just reset the clock.
Yeah.
Because it's not like, Stefanski probably needed to win, 7 or 8 games next year, I would say at minimum.
Sure. I would think, yeah.
Continue to be the coach in Cleveland. Like that one felt like it was heading towards an inevitable ending at some point, where maybe you reset that clock with New York or Tennessee.
So we got 6 jobs open right now. Browns, obviously, we talked about Raiders, Cardinals, Falcons, Giants, Titans. Which one, Bob, is one of those more attractive to you or most attractive? Titans, Giants, Browns, Raiders, Falcons, Cardinals.
I think the Falcons are close. Now, you got to know if you believe in Michael Penix. And there was some good, there was some bad.
Yeah.
It wasn't like he looked like he was clearly the answer in Atlanta. New York is a mess. I don't know that I would take that job. I think that Tampa could be opening up.
Okay.
Depending on what Todd Bowles. I mean, Todd Bowles has coached a lot of football over the years, and he's getting older, and maybe he wants to retire. Depending on how that all shakes out, so maybe he steps away. That would be a job that I'd be interested in. Tennessee, I have no interest in that job. I mean, they moved on from Mike Vrabel. They drafted a quarterback that I didn't think was all that good.
Cam Ward, yeah.
And it's proven such, at least so far. Maybe that thing turns around. What are the other jobs you said, Atlanta?
It's Titans, Giants, Falcons, Browns, Raiders, Cardinals.
I would say the Falcons is probably the most enticing out of all of those.
A couple of ones to watch today. Well, the interesting thing, I saw Tua. They asked Tua about, a reporter asked him, would you like a fresh start somewhere, essentially what he said. And Tua said, yes. He said, yeah, absolutely. So
I don't think he said absolutely.
Well, paraphrase there.
Dope.
He said that'd be dope. That's what it was.
Right.
Yes, that's right. I had to translate it for the older listeners out there. Dope means yes. That'd be awesome. And then Lamar Jackson said something interesting. He was asked about Harbaugh. Something to the effect of, do you want to run it back with Harbaugh next year? He said, look, I can't think about that. I'm just thinking about, I'm still processing this year and stuff like that. But he didn't come out and say absolutely. And he didn't say that would be dope.
You can think about it, actually.
Yeah, you can.
You could.
Would it surprise you if Harbaugh is not the coach in Baltimore next year?
Maybe a little surprising, not shocking or stunning. Like, he's the second longest tenured coach in all of the NFL, behind only Mike Tomlin.
Right.
They've had a lot of success. He's had it with multiple quarterbacks. He hasn't had any success with the one that they currently have, and I think that probably works against him a little bit. When I say success, meaning like measured playoff success.
Yeah. Baltimore standards.
Yes.
That's what they expect.
They've had a Super Bowl-ish caliber roster and one of the top probably 5 to 8 rosters in the NFL, and with those, you should be able to go win it. You've had the quarterback here, and I don't know that you've utilized it maybe as well. Like, you had a shot to ultimately get in and win it again. I don't know that you were going to make some noise in the playoffs this year, but they've stuck with him through some ups and downs, and it's always worked out. And I would think that they would again until you really watch the wheels fall off. Remember, I mean, they were 2-1. They were looking good at the beginning of the year. Then Lamar gets hurt and they fall apart. And then they battle back down the stretch to get back in this thing.
I believe he's from a state that has a team close to where he grew up it's open now. The Browns, I would think, would call Harbaugh immediately, and I would overpay for him if they have to.
I mean, what do you mean overpay?
Well, what I'm saying is that I'd make an offer to him, and if he says, no, I want this much, whatever that number was, I'd really consider it, I guess I'm saying, is that I don't know what the average salary now for NFL coaches are, but I'm just saying, like, I think that if they shouldn't be outbid for his services, let's put it that way.
Yeah, and here's the question. I mean, he may even just want to take a year off.
Right.
He's been doing this for a long time, and sometimes you just need a year to kind of sit back, relax, and recharge your batteries. And how old is he? He's got to be 60, hasn't he? 60.
Let me take a look here for you. I'll find out on that one because I know he's 19 years. That's how long he's been there. Is that correct?
Something like that. It's been a minute.
Yeah.
63.
63. So the question is, I mean, how much longer does he want to keep doing this? If he does get fired, does he coach again? Does he want to coach again? I would think so, but I mean, I'm never going to be that presumptuous. Does he want to try to start somewhere else? I don't know.
The thing I would think potentially about him too, John Harbaugh, is if he were to take a year off, or let me rephrase that. If it was the Browns versus a year off, I could see him leaning year off because a year from now he could be the best candidate for a better job.
Sure.
If you were, and I don't think he wanted to leave the Titans per se, but you look at Mike Vrabel, he stepped away for a year and then kind of had his pick of jobs.
Right.
And landed with an organization that had a franchise quarterback.
Right.
And they're doing pretty well this year now.
There's not a more impressive chance for an impressive resume building thing than turning Cleveland around. You know what I mean? It's like
that's one way of looking at it, Tito.
But if you're, and I got to believe Harbaugh, like all guys who are athletes and coaches, they're competitive. They've got big egos and they think I can do this. I would think
that's fair. Yeah.
And
I would just still think, though, like if he hangs around for one more year,
right,
just takes a year off.
Right.
I mean, Mike McCarthy kind of did it too.
Yeah.
You know, he gets fired from Green Bay, takes a year off.
Right.
He got the Cowboys job.
Yeah.
Like,
that's unbelievable.
And that's Bob. How about the fact that Matt Eberflus still has a job, Bob? That's pretty unbelievable.
That's going to come to an end.
now.
Yes, that's going to come to an end, I got to believe. Just to clear up what I was saying before, Harbaugh was asked about his status. He said he doesn't give credence to anonymous type sources about if he's going to be back or not. Lamar Jackson was asked about that, and he said, "You're asking about next year. I'm so caught up in what just happened tonight, I can't focus on that right now. I just told you, like he asked me, are you stunned? I'm stunned right now, and I'm still trying to process what's going on. I know we lost, but what the, is what he said. That's exactly what he said. So, yeah, he did not say anything when he was asked about Harbaugh's next steps. That was his quote.
Yeah.
Is what he said. So
that makes sense.
He should have said something. He could have said something positive, though.
What do you want him to say? They just lost a gut-wrenching game.
Right, and they ask about your head coach. What's happening next? I would just say, I love playing for Harbaugh.
You could say that.
Say something like that. Just say anything positive about it versus I'm not even going to talk about that. Because if you're saying, if they ask you about what's Harbaugh's next steps,
I don't know. I'm not going to speak for the man.
No. But you can still say, he's got to do what's best for him. But I've really enjoyed. We've had some great times here, and I hope we continue to have great times here. Something like that.
You just lost a heart-wrenching game. You're not talking about any other people in their situation. Like, I'm not going to read over too much into it. Yeah, if you would have said that, that would have been a nice endorsement of it. But they're talking to him about your coach and his availability next year. Listen, we just lost the season. It's been those seasons, Thitoff, are so long and arduous. And when you get to the end, like, you want to be able to then play for something significant. And when you lose that game, like, it is emotionally devastating to deal with. So I'm not going to sit here and throw shade at him for saying that.
The Harbaugh, or Jackson, by the way, he is he's had 3 years in right now. He's going into the fourth year of his 5-year contract he signed back in 2023 worth $260 million. And he has a no-trade clause as well. They've said that the Ravens said they're going to start negotiations, preliminary talks on extension, and it says here on CBS, Jackson, as we know, does not have an agent, negotiates his own deal with the help of his mother, Felicia Jones. So, anyway, that'll be interesting to see what happens on that one, on that front, because like I said, yeah, Harbaugh, you're right. He could take a year off. I don't know if the Browns' job is open and they go after him. I wonder if he'll consider that one as well. The other one, the Arizona coaching job, Bob, and
who was the coach there?
That was Gannon, right? Jonathan Gannon?
Not Bobby.
Right.
Rich Gannon?
Jonathan Gannon. Now, he's a defensive guy.
Yeah.
He's from Ohio. Also, I didn't know that, but he's from Ohio. And not that I want to push the guy out the door, but, if Matt Patricia took another opportunity somewhere else, I wonder if Ohio State could go after Gannon to be a DC there.
Okay, here's the thing, though. Like, just bringing in guys from the NFL.
Right.
Why would you think that he would want to coach in college?
He might not want to, Bob. I'm saying I think it's worth it. But I think it's worth a conversation, though. If you get it's worked with Patricia, a former head coach who was in the NFL for a while.
There was a connection there with him and Ryan, and Matt Patricia was out of the NFL.
Sure.
Wasn't up for other NFL head jobs.
I don't think Gannon's going to be up for a head job right now.
Okay.
He just got fired from the Cardinals, had a rough...
I get that, but, or NFL coordinating jobs.
That could be that. I don't know if it's better to be an NFL coordinator or if coming to Ohio State. Because after you see what Matt Patricia did and how successful he was with Ohio State,
I understand
and if it springboards into getting back into the NFL, I could understand why Ohio State and Gannon might want to have a conversation, and Gannon might consider that, looking at what Patricia was able to do and how, because Patricia's image now, and I'm not saying it was awful when he left the NFL, but it's like it wasn't. It's improved now than it's better now than it probably was.
People remember what happened in Detroit more than they remember the rest of it, which is
sure.
Some recency bias that goes into that, but yeah, it's not an accurate portrayal of who he is as a guy. And I think he would even be a good head coach again at some point in the future. And he might be up for some of these head coaching jobs, to tell you the truth.
You're right. Yeah, he could very well be up for some of these jobs as well. And I just wondered, though, like I did the tea leaves thing, saw an Ohio guy, defensive background.
When was the last time he coached in college?
Gannon?
Yeah.
It's been a hot minute, I believe. I'll double check. Let me take a look.
Here's my thing.
Yeah.
If he has other NFL opportunities to coach in to be a coordinator, I can't sit here and tell you that I think that he'd be interested in that. And then also, how many times has Ohio State or any other college team, top college program, hired a coach that was in the NFL to come be the coordinator. Immediately right after.
Not immediately. I mean, what, Chip was Chip came from college, right from UCLA over to here then.
Yep.
And then Patricia came from an NFL coordinator job.
That's one.
Here. Yep. Okay. I don't know. I didn't look up how many other ones did it. I'm just looking based on what Matt Patricia was able to do.
Has it ever happened before here?
I'd have to take a look, Bob. I'm not sure on that one.
What do you mean? You've been following Ohio State for 30 years?
Oh, I was thinking all across college football.
Let's just talk about Ohio State.
Ohio State, then I would probably say no.
Okay.
I'd probably say no on that one.
All right.
But
in the last 15 years, has it ever happened with Nick Saban?
I would probably, let me think, where did Kiffin come from when Kiffin came there? He had
just gotten fired from USC.
I'm trying to think who else went through there.
Bill O'Brien came through there, but he had been at Penn State.
He was at Penn State. Before that, he was at Houston, right? So maybe it hasn't, Bob, but
I guess he went to Houston. You know what? I guess he was at Houston first, so he might be an example of a guy that was the situation. And so that's like one more. By the way, Bill O'Brien also came here and coached before Chip Kelly, ironically enough.
Undefeated.
Bill
O'Brien. Hey, no turnovers when Bill O'Brien was here, I'll tell you that much.
So, but just
the
trying to...
offense was so good, you couldn't even see it.
Just trying to scan through it. It's not a pathway that a lot of people take.
It's not. But I'm saying if right now it just worked, though. If Patricia does get a different job in the NFL, you can say that, look, this might be a new trend. This might be the start of a new trend because not many people have done it, right? We can only name a couple that have done it.
Yeah.
And
because nobody wants to do it that often.
Maybe nobody wants to do it. Well, nobody wanted to do it. Now, wait.
Why would I want to do the dishes?
No, Bob.
I want you to want to do the dishes, Bob.
But, Bob, just because nobody wanted to before doesn't mean that they can't look at Matt Patricia now. And if Patricia moves...
they're not saying that's not a case, but most of those guys just want to stay in the NFL.
Probably so.
The thing with Patricia, too, though, is he kind of did need a little bit of a image, reboost.
Sure he did,
I guess. Yeah. I don't know if Gannon... I mean, he didn't work with the Cardinals. There's no question about that, but... I would think he would be somebody who could still get hired as a DC or even a position coach in the NFL next year because
could very well happen. It could very well happen. He went 15-36 at Arizona.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they were bad. Don't get me wrong.
What I would point to though, I'm not pushing back, but you saw Chip Kelly go from Ohio State and take another job as a coordinator in the NFL and flamed out. For whatever
very quickly.
Yes, and now he's now he's at Northwestern as the OC there. All I'm saying is that if you've got a chance to be a DC of the Las Vegas Raiders or being the DC at Ohio State, I would think being the DC at Ohio State gives you a better chance of being successful and getting a better job than the DC of the Raiders the year after that.
No one's looking at it like that. I'm just being real with you.
You don't think?
No.
Anyone's looking at it that way.
I'm telling you, no one's turning down an NFL job to come to Ohio State.
Could Matt Patricia have gotten a different coordinator job in the NFL?
Not last year.
You don't think no one would have given him?
I don't think so.
Okay. All right. But now he can get one.
Potentially.
Yeah, I would think.
I mean, if you're pushing him out the door.
I'm not pushing him out the door.
I'm trying to keep him here.
I'm not. I'm doing a huge what if.
I'm trying to push him out the door.
I know
Bob.
you are. You want him to go to South Bend.
I'll send him down to the DFW.
They just lost their defensive coordinator.
Okay.
Al Golden.
Mm-hmm. He went from Notre Dame to the Cincinnati Bengals.
Right.
It wasn't the other way around.
Sure. Right. But why did he go to Notre Dame?
Because that's the best job he could probably get.
That's all I was thinking.
He was the linebackers coach with Cincinnati.
Yeah. Okay.
If Gannon's best opportunity this offseason was linebackers coach for the Miami Dolphins or Ohio State DC, I could get on board with you. But I have no idea what his opportunities are going to be or not this offseason. But if it was just your example a second ago of the Raiders DC job or Ohio State, there's still only 32 NFL defensive coordinator jobs, and that's...
Yeah, but we just said Patricia improved his chances.
He did, but he couldn't, like Bobby said, he wasn't really in a position to get an NFL DC job.
No, but his success at Ohio State is opening up more doors for him.
It is.
Okay? You mentioned the Cowboys. Look, he'd be a great fit for Dallas.
How about them Cowboys?
I don't want him out, and I'm just saying that if this guy, if Gannon has a chance to be the DC for the Bengals, or the DC for Ohio State, Which one does he have more chance to be successful at?
It doesn't. That's not how those guys are looking at it.
Okay.
I'm just telling you.
Yeah.
They're going to coach in the NFL.
I got you. Did we ever hear anything from Schlegs or not?
Don't think so.
No, nothing. All right. Coming up next, then, there's a potential NBA star on the move. We'll talk about that next.
We asked parents who adopted teens to share their journey.
Nathan has taught me to embrace the moment. Age-wise, I'm in my late 60s. I'm old enough to be his grandfather. Will he be embarrassed to acknowledge me as his dad? I think the most important thing we can do is let them know that they're safe, that they're valued and cared for and loved, and that they're important.
I knew I wanted to be adopted by him because of how he taught me to be the person who I am today. And it's coming from a dad that didn't expect to become a dad. And I feel very proud to be his son.
That was what he needed, and he was what I needed. Every day is full of new opportunities. That's what it's been about, realizing the simple things that it takes to make such a huge difference in these kids' lives.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care at adoptuskids.org. Brought to you by Adopt U.S. Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Hey there, Jane Lynch here. You want to hear something funny? Too bad. You want to hear something uplifting that will inspire you? Good. Because today, I want to talk to you about Direct Relief, a humanitarian organization that does seriously good work when it counts. Fires, hurricanes, earthquakes. When disaster strikes, Direct Relief immediately shows up with medicines, medical supplies, and everything doctors and nurses need to save lives. Let's ship her out! Every day across the United States and around the world, they're making an enormous difference. If someone needs help, Direct Relief helps. No politics, no red tape. Hey, what you doing over there?
Oh, I'm packing insulin for kids with diabetes.
See, every box here is literally a lifeline for someone in critical need. So check them out at directrelief.org. You might just bring a smile to someone's face.
Some journeys start small, with small pause and big purpose.
Look how little you are, you sweet girl.
Every great partnership begins with the first step,
Bella, let's go.
guiding them through the world so one day they can guide someone through life. With shared experience, confidence grows, and the path becomes clear. It takes time, patience, and love. But the reward lasts a lifetime.
Hey, good girl, Bella.
You don't just raise a puppy. You raise a future. Become a Dogs Inc. puppy raiser. Give a dog a purpose. Give someone hope.
Learn more at dogsinc.org.
Attack and dominate. You're locked into Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Riverside Bank of Dublin.
Here's Bobby and Tito.
Do you need a bank that truly values local business in this town? The opportunity to work alongside them as partners. Whether you're a small business or a large operation, Riverside Bank of Dublin has the right tools for the job. Riverside Bank of Dublin has the experience of working right here in Central Ohio. They understand the business climate in our area. They'll help you reach your goals. Whether you need an SBA loan to get your business off the ground, a line of credit to keep your business running smoothly, or equipment financing to get your business up to scale, Riverside Bank will tailor a solution that fits your needs. Visit them at riverside.bank or stop in to get to know them at 6300 France Road. Riverside Bank of Dublin, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
All right, Trae Young, the Atlanta Hawks, former All-Star, former All-NBA player, as recently as
He's still good.
2021, 2022. Well, that's good. He is still good.
Ish.
He's missed a lot of time this year. When he's been out of the lineup, the Atlanta Hawks are 15-12. When he's in the lineup, they're 2-8.
It's good. That's that plus minus you're looking for.
That's what you're looking for there. He has $95 million total remaining on his deal.
Sounds good for him. Tell me when you get to the bad news. What's that, 2 years left?
It might
Wonder
be
how much he's made in his career.
I'm going to take a look while we're talking here.
I got you.
Okay, yeah. Tell me how much.
Yeah,
so anyway,
and
it is now, and he's been part of trade rumors for a long time. It seems like every year there's talk about them moving on from from each other. Trae Young is, I didn't know he's 6'2". I thought he was shorter than that. But anyway.
He is not. If Trae Young's 6'2", I'm 6'7".
Okay. Listen, I'm not kidding you. It wouldn't surprise me if he's, I bet, close to 6'2". Those guys in the NBA are so stinking tall. Like, everyone used to talk about how short Steve Nash looked. I'm like, Steve Nash is my height. I've seen him in person, like on eye level. He is my height, maybe even a smidge taller. Like Trae Young, those guys that he's playing with is like the avatars out there. They're like everyone's 7 feet tall. You know, everybody's tall.
So Trae Young,
Steph Curry's my size.
In 7 years. Well, the thing with Steph's tall. He's just skinny. Like
he's
just
6'3".
Yeah. So Trae, he's only been in the
tall but bald.
He's still hanging on. Been in the league 7 years, which not really that long, all things considered, for a top 5 NBA pick. After next season, I'm gonna take a shot in the dark that he's gonna opt into that $50 million player option.
Yeah, there you go.
Renegotiate to 3 years, 130 or something. Yeah.
And after that, he'll be at $240 million. 7 years. Well, that'd be 8 years at that point.
That's not bad. It's a cool 30 a year.
I will say, I don't know what the exact incentive was for this, because I don't think they won the NBA Cup, but he got a nice extra 100K for some sort of NBA Cup incentive 2 years ago.
Playing in the NBA
Playing
Cup.
It might have been, yeah. It might have been NIL money from the
you
Cup.
were available, so here's $100,000.
So
$250 million.
I think the guy can still play. I think he still has some value there, but
yeah, he's not bad. I think it's so hard to have a small guard be the best player on your team.
Yes.
If you want aspiration, NBA championship aspirations. I mean, in the history of the league, not like last 5-10 years.
Right.
And the game's only gotten smaller in some ways as they've, gotten more out to the 3-point line and whatnot. Like, it's Isaiah Thomas for the Pistons. And then after that, like, you start listing
Steph Curry.
I'm talking NBA championship winning teams.
Okay.
And look, Steph's another one. But Steph is also the greatest shooter ever.
Well, that's my point.
He's an outlier.
Yeah.
And I will say, like, nobody was ever going to confuse Steph for Scottie Pippen on defense. But Steph at least will bust his ass on that end.
Yeah.
Like, Trae Young hasn't exactly been, Gary Payton out there on the defensive end at any point. And even Nash, though, like, he was another guy that those Phoenix Suns.
What about Mario Chalmers?
I don't know. Was he the best player on those Miami teams?
He thought he was.
I would say he was probably fourth at best behind Braun, Wade, and Bosch, but opinions differ on that one.
I don't think opinions differ. I think opinion differ, not opinions. I don't think opinions differ.
But it's like in the history, and like some of those Phoenix teams were more than capable of winning the title. Just because they didn't doesn't mean. But even they were kind of like the 7 seconds or less. Like, they were a very.
You can't play a slow down pace with the small guards. Like, you've got to be up tempo and got to be running.
And like, just because it like almost worked for like Nash and those Phoenix Suns, I would say that was a little bit like, in some ways, maybe like, Oregon.
Yeah.
Almost winning the title when like Chip Kelly first got there.
Sure.
It almost did work, but it's a pretty unique style that has to like. And those Phoenix teams were good, man. Like,
They had
a lot of
Stoudemire.
talent.
You had who's the other guy they had? The other big guy like Stoudemire.
Barbosa was out there.
Another one I'm thinking of.
Sean Merriman.
Yes,
Marion,
yeah, that's who I was.
Sean Merriman was fun to watch out there, but yeah, Marion though, you're right.
Would have
Though.
hit some people.
But he won it with.
Marion won it with Dallas. Yeah. Sean Marion.
Called him the Spider. How about that?
That's right.
NBA
yes.
Bob. I know the nicknames.
Pulling that
I know the That was back when I used to watch the NBA. It was still entertaining.
What could they do to bring you back?
Nothing. It's gotten so bad. Watching these guys flop around, and now I have to yell at my kids watching them try to sell every foul. Like, it's terrible when I watch a replay of a guy getting hit or allegedly getting hit and going to the ground and realizing there was no contact.
I know. That's bad.
And they thrash their head up. I'm like, what are you doing? Just try to finish the play.
Is that gamesmanship, though?
It's ridiculous.
There's probably a line to be drawn.
This is the
one
problem.
thing to sell contact. It's one thing to be James Harden.
Yes.
And
LeBron.
It's the infiltration of European soccer into American sports, and I'm not here for that. I'm done with it.
So Trae Young.
Yeah.
Do you guys know, per Basketball Reference, his nickname?
Trae Young?
Yeah.
I would.
It's pretty clever.
Overpaid little guy?
Comb over?
Is it over?
It's Ice
Trae Young's
Trae.
been going.
Ice Trae?
Ice Trae.
He's
Yep.
been going bald for like
He has.
7 years.
He's still hanging on. So
Hanging
You
on
gotta-
is a loose term,
I mean,
dude.
Ice Trae's a
we
good
got to
nickname.
solve that at some point, don't we?
They said UCLA.
Like human science.
UCLA,
we've
they
advanced so far. How? Like you're telling me LeBron can't figure something out? That dude's got more money than
look
God.
at Marcus Freeman. I mean, his hairline. I mean, painted on. I don't know what they do, but they said at UCLA that they've figured out a way to just
great.
With I don't know if it's a pill or a shot or whatever. They just regrow your hair.
Nice.
Like no transplants.
So we are, we're
there.
We're doing
I
something.
don't know what
on
the
this
cost
earth.
is on that or something like
That's
that.
bad news for me, though.
Why? That's all you got going?
That's one of the advantages I have over people my age.
Yeah.
Like, that's one of the things that my wife loves the fact that I've still got all my hair.
Yeah.
And if all of a sudden a bunch of 54-year-olds who are more successful than me, more mature than me,
better shape
than me, thank you, start sprouting
The
hair.
high bar to clear, though.
You're right, it is, but still, it's clearable. It is clearable. By the way,
only by like George Clooney.
I got criticized by my wife yesterday.
For?
I know exactly. You're like, no kidding, right? What are the odds of that?
Yeah.
Because she watched, or I made her watch the clip about. We were talking about that movie, Primate.
Primate,
Yeah,
the monkey,
And,
the
yeah,
apes.
I wanted to show her the
Take it
joke I
over.
made about Artie. And I thought it was a funny joke I made. I was doing it more. Thank you. I was doing it more to get some a pat on the back, some praise from my wife. And her whole comment was, "Why do you sit like that?" And I said, "What do you mean?" She said, "Your back, you're slouched. It's not a good look for you." So today I am trying. She said, "Look at Bobby and Bodie. They both sit up straight." That's what I get, which I love being compared to you two guys. It makes me coming into work much more fun, knowing my wife likes the way you guys sit more than I do. But so today I'm trying to sit up more, and I'm watching myself.
Posture's a big thing.
I'm watching myself. I look exactly the same. It doesn't I don't think I look any better. I don't think it looks any more
Maybe that should
professional.
be your resolution this year.
Well, it's because of the gut.
Just change your face.
Even when I lean back, okay, there I'm leaning back,
Yeah.
and now I'm sitting up.
That's a choice.
Just not much, but just not a change though. I'm saying, Bob. I look
No,
I
you
look
can
just
stand.
as sloppy and bad.
Change starts with you, Thitoff.
They
Thank
say
you, Michael
sitting is
Jackson.
the new smoking.
Okay. So if I start standing, you think that'll be better?
I think it probably would. You'd burn more calories.
Okay, you know what? Tomorrow I'm going to stand the entire show then. Okay.
I used to stand when I was doing it.
You
with
always,
Rothman.
I know. I didn't want to bring it up. I didn't tell my wife. I said, "Well, Bob, you
It
used to
makes
stand
it makes it more work for Bodie on the
camera."
cameras. Yeah.
Not if we just stand the whole time. It's just a one-time fix you got to make, right?
Yeah, but I don't like standing for a full 3 hours. I'll go up and down.
Thank God we got a 2-hour show.
Yeah, there you go.
But Bob, the harder thing though is I need then to get an elevated thing for my laptop for the computer here because
box.
Maybe it's going to box.
If you need anything to do your job better,
That's a great
Tito.
Monday. Let's put that on the agenda. Where are we at with the NBA, Bob? What was I going to get to next? Oh,
Celtics are back.
Okay, here's what I was going to ask you.
2 seed in the East.
Would it be more watchable for you if they
played harder? Yes.
Raised the rim.
No, I don't need gimmicks.
It's not, Bobby. It's not a gimmick.
And
wait, and widened the court a little bit.
I will say this: like how athletic guys are, the court has shrunk, but more so than that, just guys playing hard, playing all the time. That would be sufficient. Like pretending like every game mattered.
Sure, no doubt that would help out. But I'm saying I don't think that's a gimmick to raise the rim.
Why? What is it? Is
no wait. Okay, Bob. Remember how wide goalposts used to be in college football? Go watch an old '70s game and look how wide those goalposts are.
How often are you kicking a field goal?
At least a few times a game.
Okay, a few times a game.
But why did they
How
make
often
it
are
more
you shooting the basketball?
Okay, but why did they make it more narrow?
Because the NFL was narrower.
Because it got easier to make field goals.
Yeah, why did they move it back in the NFL?
Why? Okay, they did have safety reasons for that, right? Because the goalpost was right.
No,
you
no,
want to
no.
move back.
Move back the extra point.
Oh, yeah, I thought because the goalpost used to be on the goal line.
Yes.
And so they moved that back for safety.
Back when the game was real.
It was real. But no, Bob, what I'm saying is, though, if the NFL does that, makes the goalpost more narrow because it's too damn easy to make field goals, and if they move the extra point back because it's too damn easy to make extra points, why not raise the rim because it's too damn easy to score?
I think there's things you could do to counter that. I don't know that raising the rim, I think that's too much of a fundamental, part of the game. Now, there has been, I'll say talks, I wouldn't say within the association per se, but just people who follow the league that say they should get rid of like corner threes and stuff like that, because that would, it
Open it up a little bit.
open
then,
it
yeah.
up a little bit more, make guys not just sit in the corner, so you have this ISO ball at the top with two guys just standing in the corner doing nothing. I could get more on board with that. I don't know if raising the rim, though.
Well,
feels like it could have too much of a trickle down effect.
Well,
Because
what
like,
are
is
you gonna do,
college raising the rim?
That's what I'm saying. At what point, when do you raise the rim then for college, for high school?
I would think what you would do first, which other sports do as well, like Major League Baseball does, they'll try things out in the minor leagues. Maybe either try it in a G League type thing. Start with that.
My point is, like, let's say you decide to do it.
Yeah, you got to do it right now.
What is the progression for doing it for the other levels of basketball?
You do it all around. Make it worldwide.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I would.
You want to see a bunch of 6-year-olds get that much worse at basketball?
6-year-olds a lot of times play on smaller rims.
Okay,
shorter
even
rims.
middle school.
I get
middle
that.
school, yeah.
Like high school, there's
third graders. There's no reason for 10-year-olds to be playing on a 10-foot rim, let alone an 11-foot rim.
Okay, well, then maybe it starts at middle school then.
I mean,
maybe start in middle school then.
You could, dude. I'm just telling you.
No, look, we got a guy at Florida who can dunk without jumping.
That's one guy. That's quite
fun.
the
Okay,
outlier.
we've got a lot of guys though. We all
Listen,
know.
if you want to say like eliminate corner threes, widen the court, do this and that with the paint, I can get there with you.
Right.
Shorten the season.
Yeah.
I don't know about raising the rim. That feels a little too
gimmicky.
Yeah.
I don't think it's okay. It'd be a huge change. I get it, and it would be.
Also, I don't know that it's really what are you improving by raising the rim?
You are
making scoring harder.
I think
because everybody likes scoring. Like, for better or worse, it's more entertaining to see. It doesn't have to be 140 to 135, but
you're right.
I don't think we need to go back to final score Game 4 of the Eastern Conference semifinals, 85-80. I don't know that people really want to see that either.
I don't know. Those were boring basketball games way back then. I guess I'm just trying to think of where everything is not a dunk or a three-pointer, which is what it is now.
Yeah,
well, that's because of an analytics thing. Like, that's just how they play.
I think that's where you could get into doing stuff with the three-point line, whether it's corner threes, like pushing it back further.
Yeah.
Just let them do defensive 3 seconds.
Aaron said, Tito, trying to stand for the whole show. Your knees have already quit. Don't do it. That seems personal.
You haven't even tried.
All right, let's do a little That's What He Said. I think I got an idea. Unless you have one, Bob.
Oh.
Do you have one?
No,
I have
go
one.
for it. If you've got one, this will be good.
Usually is.
Always good. So it's an appetizer threes day at Roosters, and that means the featured appetizer, which is mini corn dogs. They're going to be $3 all day long, so go check them out. And now you get a chance to win a $50 Roosters gift card.
Which small point guard did Bobby reference as being the best player on a championship team that included 3 future Hall of Famers? 614-821-1460, 614-821-1460 is the number, 1460. Call in with that, tell Bodie that answer, and we'll get you the $50 gift card at some point in time in 2027.
There we go.
Going to break? Okay.
Yep.
What's got you juice coming up next?
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. You don't want to start the new year off hurting. You don't want to start off the new year getting surgery. You don't want to start off the new year dealing with trying to plan something out into the future. What you want to do is get healthy. So what you want to do is go to my friends over at QC Kinetics. Dr. Tesner and his team, the medical pros at QC Kinetics right here in Columbus, they can deliver regenerative treatments that actually help your body repair the areas that are causing you pain. Those achy knees, hips, back, shoulders, whatever it is, they can help you get ready. So instead of those invasive operations, it's going to sideline you all of the early year. Go check out our friends at QC Kinetics and see if they can help you today. Imagine moving better, being stronger, planning your year, doing what actually you want to do. So don't wait. Call 380-228-4544. That's 380-228-4544. They have offices located in Dublin and Gahanna, and they're ready there for your free consultation. So go check them out today.
You know what hope is? Hope is action. Carving a path forward, even when it's hard.
And kids who still know how to dream. They're the best pathfinders of all.
So at Child Fund, hope means helping millions of children living in poverty worldwide to grow up healthy, educated, skilled, and so all those good things can come true for them, safe.
And that means safe at home, safe at school, and safe online.
Hope means walking this path together. All of us. Because when we work together, we can do so much more.
That's right. Hope includes you.
Child Fund, because we need each other.
To learn how Child Fund works with children in 23 countries to help them achieve their full potential, visit childfund.org. That's childfund.org.
Hey guys, 13-year NFL veteran and Super Bowl champion Jason McCourty here, and I'm the Innovation Ambassador at FAIR, Food Allergy and Research Education. I would say the most challenging thing as a parent of a kid who has a food allergy is probably the ignorance that I myself had in the beginning. I didn't know what anaphylactic shock was. I didn't know the dangers, let alone the things that she needed to be able to have a normal life. When you go to drop your kid off, and every single time in the beginning, we'd have to go through everything she was allergic to. Preparation is everything. And me, for playing football for 13 years, it was all throughout the course of the week. It's getting ready for game day. When you're on the field, you're playing for your fans. At home, you're playing for your family. My playbook, read labels, keep it allergy friendly, and have an epinephrine nasal spray as a backup plan. Because when my family's safe from food allergens, that's the real victory. Visit foodallergy.org to learn more.
Bobby knows what it's like to be a winner. Tito knows what it's like to be thrown out of an all-you-can-eat buffet.
You're here 4 hours.
This is Morning Juice.
Take that, Heather. I'm standing up. Ha ha. Bob, answer of the question for the $50 gift card was
Mario Chalmers.
Mario Chalmers, but not future Hall of Famer. Who knows? Basketball's headway in the Hall of Fame. He might. You're right. We'll get to it at some point.
All I can think about with Mario Chalmers is the SNL skit with Stephen A. Smith talking about how Mario. It's not really Stephen A. Smith,
right?
obviously.
Yeah, I figured.
Talking about how Mario Chalmers should be locked in a closet where he can never touch another basketball again.
Mario Chalmers.
It's so good.
Yeah. That's
I don't know that I've seen that one.
Oh, you would love it.
And that was not the Jay Farrow. That was the other guy, right?
Yes.
Because Jay Farrow does a good one too.
It was. Yeah. Let me try to find it. But it was so good. Mario Chalmers should. I love it. Yeah, I love you like a brother. And he would say that, and he's like, but there's no realm. Oh, it's so good.
What was the name of the winner there, Bodie? Who won the $50 gift card?
Todd from Granville was all over
Granville. All right.
Mario
Way to go,
Chalmers.
Yeah.
NBA champion.
Isn't it upset?
NCAA champion.
Does it Phil usually win it?
We got a handful of winners, I guess.
Phil's normally I think Phil's won
he's normally a call-in.
Yeah, I think Phil not winning is an upset because he usually wins those. And I know he's in the chat, so I see him there. Also, people in the chat, somebody asked, did I hear anything about Matt Patricia leaving? No. I've heard nothing about.
Well, why would you have heard anything?
No, I'm just like I said. Is Matt Patricia leaving? I just responded. I said no.
Well, the people were saying he made a post on Instagram just like thank you Buckeye Nation for embracing our family and everything that's going on. It was a great season. I think he viewed that as more of a like just thank you for the year and kind of the year's wrapping up because like in the NFL like you kind of put a bow on the season and then you start over again. I don't think that there was anything implicit in that. Like that wasn't a cryptic post, if you will.
Right.
I think he probably will have options this year, and I think he's going to look at a lot of them. But I don't think that he's already like signed, sealed, and delivered and leaving.
Right. Yes.
But I think that there will be that potential should he want to pursue it.
The year he had, there'll be opportunities for him. I would think. All right, let's tell people what's got us juiced.
What's got you juiced?
All right.
Forget about the sponsor not being there anymore.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we had a little time more than we got to work on that one. Today is a Tuesday, so let's hear what Schlegs has to say.
Georgia had a school called Austin P, but it's like Peay, I think. Maybe there's an H. I don't know. The H is silent.
I was going to say, where would that H be, Schlegs?
That's the guy. They had, I've said it before in the air, but they had a player back in the 70s, a basketball player, and his nickname was Fly. He was a big-time scorer. And the chant would be, Fly's open, let's go pee. That's what the crowd would chant.
Hey, it fits.
Yeah.
All right, guys, speaking of the NBA, what has me juiced? The Boston Celtics won again last night, and the Knicks, they lost to the Pistons. So The Boston Celtics are up to the second spot in the Eastern Conference right now. Big game from Anthony Simons there in the second half against Chicago last night. It's been a minute since Chicago. They've had some bad luck since Mr. Jordan walked out the door there. What else has me juiced? I did see something. I meant to pull it up earlier, but you know what? It's not really that important. It was something about the fact that...
Let's bring it up.
It was something about how... you guys know what DVOA is, right? Like the defensive statistic for the NFL. I don't exactly know how they calculate it, but it's basically just like a...
What does that stand for?
I have no idea.
Defense velocity
something over average. Defensive value over average. It's just like a stat where
it's like war.
It's like war.
Yes, exactly. And since they started tracking...
Couldn't just use that.
I guess not. Since they started tracking sacks, which was all the way back in 1982,
right.
Your Dallas Cowboys had the worst DVOA ever for a single season in the NFL since then. So that has me juiced for Matt Patricia to become the new Dallas Cowboys defensive coordinator in due time. Bob.
He's not reporting it.
I'm not reporting it.
Bo's just saying he would like to see it happen.
Into the air. Yeah.
And then we get Gannon for the DC here, Bob, but you don't want to do that.
So I'm just trying to will that into existence.
I live in reality, Thitoff. I mean, cocktails and dreams are nice, but let's make sure.
Look, I don't want to push him out the door. I hope Matty P's here next year. But now, because of the way you're doing this, I hope he leaves and Gannon comes here.
That would be pretty funny.
It would be ironic for you to be right in that situation. I don't believe that you are. Just knowing a lot of these guys and what they value and how they operate, but.
Like, Bob, you know more about how these guys operate than I do, Bob. Like, you know more.
Well, I mean, I'm just...
I know you know more.
I feel like you've gotten smarter, though, since standing. I will say.
Thank you very much. That was facetious, Bob. Yes, I know. I know.
Blood flow has increased, and that is...
I'm going to pass out in a minute.
Wait, what did Matty P do? Does anybody... I feel like people just tune in or they're not listening. Matt Patricia just put out a post on Instagram, reposting. People are just picking it up on Twitter.
Yeah. You just say he's thankful.
Yeah, let me, you know what, maybe that's got me juiced.
Yeah, read it.
I can pull it up here.
Hold on,
let me screen share.
Well, yeah, why don't you do that?
What's it on, Instagram?
Yeah, it's on Instagram. Let me find Matty, my guy Matt Patricia on here.
Why don't you call him, Bob?
Dude, because he's at work,
How do you
bro.
search on it?
It's a picture of him walking with his family.
Walking away or walking towards us?
Thing, walking towards us.
Okay, so
that's a good sign.
And that says, hey, grateful, thankful, all the emotions, impossible to put into words what this season meant to me. Buckeye Nation, you are beyond compare. On behalf of my entire family, thank you for welcoming us with open arms. You made this season a joy from start to finish. And so people view that as like...
Furthermore. No,
like goodbye. And that's just who he is as a guy. He's just a very, he has a high degree of gratitude.
Look at Bodie, put it up on the screen for us.
Roosters is locked into it. Roosters said, we need you to stay, Coach. You're the best.
Yeah.
I hope he stays.
There you go.
Of course. It's okay. That wasn't like a goodbye. That was just thank you.
See you later.
That doesn't mean he's not going to have opportunities, which I think that they'll be out there.
Sure.
But we'll see ultimately how that breaks.
And they're walking towards us, Bob. I read into that.
It's cryptic to me. Listen, it's cryptic to you if you want to live in fear.
Phil apologized.
I like Matt. I talk to him very regularly. Listen, I pray that he stays. I hope that he does. I'm going to do my very best to help make sure that happens. I know that he's happy here, and happiness, when you've reached a station in life that he has and your family is happy,
right?
That's a big part of it. It doesn't mean that there aren't other things that are appealing. And I'd say that about Ryan Day. As long as you're happy here and you're having success and your family is happy, you know what? Those things are all good, and it's tough sometimes to try to override that to pursue something else that may or may not be better. And he joked hey, Chip Kelly left here for $6 million, and well, actually 18 6 over 3 or 18 over 3. But he also had to leave and is moving somewhere else, and he was here coaching with Ryan, and things were good. So a lot of this stuff happens. Bodie, I had something in there. Also, it's got me juiced. My 6th grade team, they had their 5th game in 3 days.
Wow.
Played 2 on Saturday, 2 on Sunday. Lost 2 on Saturday, won 2 on Sunday. Lost a tight one last night over in New Albany. It was a good. They played hard though. And I said that's the biggest thing. If we can play smart and play hard, we'll be in a good situation. We had a chance to win at the end. Lost by 2, unfortunately. The guys played really tough, so good for him.
Played hard, my man.
Both teams did play hard. My son got elbowed in the nose, and tagged in the sack at one point.
Oh.
He went to just walk off the court when he got tagged. I go, you take a knee, go down. Like then like one of our guys was just going to run off the bench. I go, I think that would be a technical. I'm not sure.
Yes, it should be.
But
yes.
I'm like, you can't
Like
just.
hockey.
This isn't hockey or lacrosse. You can't just line sub, dude. The ref will stop the game.
Now, if we want to try to make NBA games more entertaining.
Yeah.
There you
You're
go.
right. That's right. Yes. Go back to the brawls.
Yes.
Well, I was thinking line changes.
Yeah, just run on and off the court.
That works too, yes.
The Malice at the Palace
Yes.
was entertaining.
We talked about it. More NBA was talked
Still
about
do.
on this station than now.
But I've got a nice little clip. This is all about the journey and all about everything. I found this. Have you heard this before, Bodie, before I send it to you?
I have not, but I love Glenn Powell, so I was all in on this.
Here we
spot.
go. Here's our guy, Glenn Powell. I'd heard him talk about this in an interview before, him giving a commencement speech about the journey and some of the things that haven't gone right in his life.
A good story happens from things going right. My granddad always said this: the greatest gifts in life are not in the plans, they're in the detours. There is no way I could plan my way to being on the stage. I have failed a lot more and a lot longer than I have succeeded. I didn't originally get the role in Top Gun that I auditioned for, and it's worked out better than I could have ever even imagined. So if you want your life to be a great story, like a great movie, if you want it filled with adventure, comedy, romance, action, thrills, when you go out there and things inevitably don't go according to plan, just remember, that's when your movie's plot is just getting interesting. That's when your protagonist is being tested. That's when the writers are working overtime to give the audience some nail-biting drama. Enjoy things not going according to plan. If you knew the ending, it wouldn't be worth the watch.
There you go. He auditioned for the role of Rooster and didn't get it.
Yeah.
And Tom Cruise called him, and he goes, you know how he's like, what do you want to be? He goes, I want to be you. He goes, well, then you know what you do? Pick great movies and make your character great. And he's like, I'd never heard that before. It was the best advice he'd ever given. I could not ever envision him being Rooster after
I know.
watching how good he was in his role.
Yeah.
And it was iconic, and that has helped catapult him into some other great stuff. So that's got me juiced. It's that you learn about yourself in the detours that off. Ooh.
Then I should know myself very well. I've had some detours. Yeah, right. Yeah, some of the prior contestants and administrations probably know my detours really well as well. Let's see what's got me juiced. Look, I love the fact when we stumble upon topics we didn't plan on talking about, and it happens. The talk about NBA earnings and things like that, and NIL money. I learned something there, Bob. I learn something from you every day. I don't say it to inflate your ego anymore. I'm just saying that I learned something new when I work with you every day, which I appreciate. That's I learned from my wife I got to stand up and not sit back as much. I also learned that. What else got me juiced? I got a decision I got to make here in the next probably 15 minutes, Bob. And it's a big one. I've got a chance. I talked about it, I think, yesterday. I got a chance to go to the Steelers game on Monday night with a buddy of mine. He's got tickets. He's not going to – I don't have to pay for the ticket.
Oh, wow. What a good friend.
It's a great friend.
Nice.
It's a great, I know. Yes, right. Must be nice. He's got season tickets.
Friends in high places.
And I've got to decide if I can physically do it. And what I mean by that, it has nothing to do with the shape I'm in, but
has to do a lot with
mentally.
the shape.
No, it doesn't.
It does.
It has to do with the fact that I've got to work the next day.
Yeah.
I'd miss this job probably. I'd probably give it back. I might have to. I got to figure that out. I don't know if I'd have somebody sit in for me or not. I guess, but if you come back after the game, we're not getting back in till
who's done that
Monday
recently?
night.
Exactly.
No, you did. Well, you did it from the hotel the first time.
Yeah. Okay, buddy. What time do you think I went to bed?
That night?
I slept. I think I slept for about an hour and a half. So I don't want to hear it.
Wait, were you in here the next day after the game?
What do you mean in here after the game?
Okay, the game. I can't remember. New Year's Day. Were you in here live? Or were you in the hotel? I can't remember.
The game was New Year's Eve.
Right. I know New Year's Day.
How would I have been here?
That's why I'm asking. That's what I was confused in that, Bob. So I thought you were saying you went to the game and then came
and then
here.
I woke and did my job. I didn't get back from the game probably until 2 o'clock. I had to be up. The show is at 5 there.
Right.
So, I mean, don't tell me about lack of sleep and inability to operate and function.
I know a guy who can help you get through those sort of nights if you need to, Tito.
Who's that?
That would be your highness.
Yeah. Oh, you're right. You're right. I should look into that.
Get you a little bump for a day.
So I got to let my buddy know that's why I got a quick decision to make here. I'm not sure what I'm going to choose yet because my wife is upset if I don't go. because.
So I don't understand what the problem is.
Because she's mad because she said, well, I could go if you don't want to go. And I said, I don't think Adam's going to take you. I wouldn't go see a movie with Adam's wife. I don't like if
I've
Adam's
never seen
a
Adam's
movie.
wife.
I'm just saying, though, just on a principle, I wouldn't do it. And she said, because I really want to go. And so if you don't go, I'll be very pissed at you about it.
Good. That's a great wife right there.
I agree.
Want you to go out.
And quit being such a little whiner and complainer about how hard it is. If someone asks you to go to the Steelers game, they're going to pay for you to go and probably drive you as well.
Yeah, he probably would drive.
And all you've got to do is just show up and cheer, and then go to work the next day.
It's a Monday.
Good seats?
Yeah, they're really good seats. His family's had seats from back in the Three Rivers days. And so they've been seeing ticket holders forever. And yes.
The more you tell me about this, the softer and softer you sound.
So
your wife is on board, not even only on board, she is pushing you over to the top to go.
Might have been the biggest obstacle.
Yeah.
And she said, well, wouldn't you ever gone to a Steelers game, a Steelers playoff game before? And I told her, and this was a lie, I just did it to make her mad. I said, I've been offered like 3 or 4 times. I just haven't gone. And she's like, oh, I hate you. I've never been offered to go to one. I said, I'm sorry. It's just you got to know the right people, and which infuriated her even more, which I guess it's probably one of the reasons why I'm on wife number 2. But nonetheless, I've got to make a call and let my buddy know. And so you guys both think I should go.
Yes.
Yeah, why would you not? I'm curious to see what you're going to look like on Tuesday.
You know, that's the good thing about it is that because I'm such a bad driver, my friends, whenever we do something like this, no one ever says, hey, Tito, you want to take the wheel for a while? No, my buddy will drive there and back.
It's one way of looking at it.
Right, I know, right? So, yeah, it's good to suck at things sometimes, Bob. You wouldn't know this, but I'm telling you, it's good to not be good at things sometimes.
Well, there's things I'm not good at. That's fine. Driving, I would not define as one of them.
Yeah, I'm a terrible driver. At
least you acknowledge it.
I hate to say this, but I've.
Oh man, am I a woman?
No, that's the thing. I've gotten out of the car so my wife could parallel park before and let her do
Do
it.
people write on the back of your car when it's dirty, like learn how to park?
No, well, but every time I park though, if I'm crooked a little bit, my wife takes pictures and sends us the group test with our friends.
That's awful.
I'm not a good driver, Bob. I cheated on my driver's test, like the physical driver's test.
How is that even possible?
Okay, Mr. Bolden, who ran the driving school out of his home, he had it set up on the car. You took the test in his car he had. And there was a little bobber on the back antenna, back when you had back antennas on cars. Okay. And there was another mark on the front where you could see something. And all I had to do was when the bobber was at a certain point lined up with the cone, I knew to turn the wheel this way or whatever it was. But I cheated. There were cheats on the car. That's how I passed my driver's test.
Yeah, but that's all it is in real life is learning angles of when to move and turn.
Didn't really follow up on that though. Well, I don't know.
I use my backup camera to back up.
Well, that's not cheating though. But but I'm saying like if you
using technology that's
using
been given to me,
1979 Celica or whatever, or Datsun, I don't know what it was.
Backup camera.
Great show, boys. I just outed myself a lot. But we're back tomorrow, and tomorrow will be Wednesday. We'll have Austin Ward on with us tomorrow. Make sure you tune in for that. Lots more witty banter